God. Because I was about to turn the stream off and quit my career. Good fucking morning and welcome to the classiest place on earth. I'm feeling great. How are you feeling?
Hail Satan! Hail Satan!
Off my cord.
Welcome to the classroom.
Good morning, everyone. And welcome to the shit show, where everything's broken and nothing works all the time. Yay. How the fuck is everyone doing? Is my gate fucked up? Yes. How? I think OXLR must have had an update or something. Whoa. Wow. I have to be this close for you to hear me. That's weird. Let me check this real quick. Threshold. Jesus God. What the fuck? What happened? I have to lay on my mic. This is great. I don't know what to touch. What do you touch when it's the gate? Nothing's like there's threshold, attenuation, attack, and release. I never know which one to touch. Asidious. Oh my fucking God. 14 months? How the fuck? Is it threshold? My threshold's at 30. Do I go up or down? Down. It does this. Oh, right there. Here we go. How about that? Does that, I went down a little bit. Is this better? I can actually, like, sit at a reasonable distance from my mic and not feel like I'm deep-throating it. Sick. Thanks, Goislar, for being a piece of shit! All the time. Okay. Red leather, yellow leather. I'm really hot now because I'm angry. I got a little heated. I hate when my computer doesn't work. How are you all doing on this fine-ass day? Tell me how you've been. How's life? Can you tell me anything that has nothing to do with politics or COVID? Because that's the world. Man, I just can't. I'm so tired of the news. Fucking A. Right? Shmee's same. Oh, you rescued another kitty. Oh my God, yay! Rescue all the animals. Animals are better than people. I'll stand by that firmly for the rest of my life. How are you, LZT? Had shots last night and woke up on my couch at 4 a.m. this morning with a half-eaten bar food. That's a good day. I'm going to build a cluster to self-host my cloud. Does that count? Sure. That's something. You did something. That's productive. Hell yeah. You have the day off. Are you going to do anything fun, Sammy? I passed my drivers. I drove to work alone yesterday. Oh my God. How do you feel? Isn't that amazing? I know a lot of adults who just don't get their driver's license just because they get to a point where they just learn to live without it. And then one day they just wake up and they're like, you know what? I'm just going to do it for the fuck shit. Like, why not? And the freedom they have is like amazing. You posted? Oh, yes. You're in some mild trouble? Oh. Do we need to off somebody? What's tomorrow? Oh, you go off call in the morning? Fuck yeah, BDO. Fuck yeah. You took a nap and now you're gonna watch me? That's a nice day if we do something cool. Oh my God. E. Allen Purr. Shut the fuck up. That's such a good name, Sean. Stop it. I love it. That's perfect. I love Edgar Allan. Fave song come on the radio and I turned it up way up and I belted singing. Oh my God, Allie. Do you want to know what happened? This is a story. So when I got my very first car, I drove to I went with my parents to Spokane, 2 hours away from my house because that's the only place to buy a car. And I bought a little used Subaru.
Welcome to the classroom.
Magnissimo, thank you for the resub. Eliza. Oh, I gotta pack a bowl, Eliza.
Welcome to
I'm the worst. Your oldest is gonna watch Lord of the Rings for the first time? How old is your oldest? That's super exciting. I wish I could watch it for the first time. I wish I could read those books for the first time again. And The Hobbit especially. The Hobbit's my favorite. I don't know why. I think it's less wordy. Less, just the tree's leaf quivered amongst the other tree leaves.
to the class hall.
So, story. Went to Spokane with my parents to get my first car. I saved up money for it, bought my car, and on my way home from the car dealership, I was driving my car.
Welcome to the class hall.
I felt really cool. Oh my god, there's so many resubs. Tundra Beaver was 17 months and Nameless with the fucking 21 months.
Hail the Dank Lord, motherfuckers. Hell yes, thank you for supporting this channel, whatever the fuck this is.
So I'm driving home from Spokane, which is a 2-hour drive-ish to my house. And my parents are behind me in traffic somewhere and it's nighttime. And I shit you not, I get fucking pulled over.
To the class hall.
I think I was 17 at the time because I had to wait an extra year to get my license because of being expelled for alcohol when I was in 8th grade. That's another story, another time. But I had to wait an extra amount of time to get my fucking license. So driving home, my parents are behind me and the lights, I see cop lights. And like my anxiety, like my adrenaline's already, skyrocketing because I'm driving my car home for the first time. And, I'm thrilled with myself. Oh my fucking god. Banana Ham Hock with the fucking 30 months and Magnissimo just gifted a sub to Danklord.
Hail them!
That's great. I hope they come here. So the lights plop up behind me and I'm like freaking out. Like I'm sweating. I'm thinking about just crashing the car and killing myself at this point because I don't know what else to do. And I pull over and it's my first time like ever being pulled over and it's in Spokane on Meridian, like exiting Spokane. If anybody's familiar with Spokane, it's like between Spokane and Deer Park. So it's like a 3-lane highway in the dark, in the snow. It's nighttime. Like it's just not a good time. And of course, me being an ignorant teenager, I pulled over in the middle of the road, like just against the freeway. Like I was like, I don't know what to do. Do you get extra tickets if you keep driving? Like I just pulled over on a freeway, like a busy, icy freeway. And he pulls over and he's like, ma'am, do you know why I pulled you over today? And I'm just crying. And I think my sister was in the car with me because my parents let her drive home with me because it was super exciting, whatever. And I'm just like, I don't know. And he's like, you have a taillight out. You should fix it. And he literally just walked away from my car and drove away. Like nothing else. I think I scared the shit out of him. But that was my first and one of 2 times. I've only been pulled over 2 times in my entire life. And the other time was a douchebag. It was so scary, but fuck that guy. Jesus Christ. Like Spokane is like a meth capital of Washington State. And you're worried about my taillight come on. There's nothing else you could do in Spokane, Washington. Like drive to Sprague and I guarantee there's something to do there. Like for fuck's sake. I hate cops. No offense if any of you are police officers. I'm pretty sure you're highly aware you're very disliked. I ordered the laser, which is great. Turns out it's being shipped from the UK, which means I have to pay 25% import tax. $670. You need to do a donation. You should do a donation goal. Be like, guys, I can't make any more leather stuff. Help. I would do the donation goal. That's fucked, dude. If I had $600, I'd help you. I'm so broke. 3 things that should be in a fucking email. We got pulled over for speeding Tuesday. The cop was really nice and cut us a huge break. Really? The other time I was pulled over was for speeding, and it was actually while I was in high school again. And I was coming into my town of Kettle Falls, and there's this, so you go from going 60 miles an hour on the highway streets, and then all of a sudden there's like 4 signs that go, reduce speed 45, 45, reduce speed 35, 35, within less than a half of a mile space, I guess. And so everybody that lives there, you just gradually slow down until you're at 35, right? Like by the time you hit the 35 sign, you're at 35. But apparently, in between all of these reduced speed signs, I was not at the exact speed I was supposed to be. So this fucking douchebag cop pulls me over, and he's like, I'm sorry,
Did you
lady.
take your joy today?
I gotta be fair.
Never forget to take your joy, and I guarantee your day will go as smooth as velvet.
think I did take my Joy. I already took my Joy this morning. Take your Joy. I did take mine because my computer was being fucky. I know, LZT, but you finished a donation goal, which means you can put up another one. I'm not even kidding you. Back in the day when I was like building my PC and building my streaming setup, it would be one donation goal after another. And it's not like don't feel like you're begging or like it's just what donation goals to me mean when I put them on my screen. It's just telling chat, if you donate to me, this is where your money's going to go. That's all it means. I'm just informing my audience where I'm putting their money. And that is a pretty necessary thing. I mean, it's technically part of the charge of the laser, right? It's technically, I mean, if you think about it, it's like, hey guys, I didn't realize it was actually an extra $600. We got to tack this onto the laser. But it's like not, you know what I mean? There's a difference between putting up a goal and then shilling. Exactly. It's not a fundraiser, it's a goal. Exactly what Eliza said. Yeah. I didn't even realize you guys popped us into a hype train and it's over now. I'm so sorry. I'm bad. Thank you for the biddies, Daniel. I got pulled over traveling. Oh God. Through okay because I didn't use my blinker, but I did because I was going out of my way to not get pulled over. It's really interesting because I actually watched a really big special about it because there's the overarching myth that cops have to fill a quota, but cops will tell you over and over we don't fill quotas, but they do. Like they absolutely have quotas that they have to fill. And that's why at the end of the month, you see lots of cops just sitting on the side of the road waiting to catch anyone going over the speed limit. Because if they don't fill these quotas, then the city doesn't give the cops the amount of money to fund the staff they need. But it's not like a month turnover. You can't just go break up meth houses and like pick up, like that takes so much longer than a month or whatever their time span is. So they have to fill these fucking quotas just to survive. But it's at our detriment. Like, this is why no one trusts a cop. No one goes to a cop for help. Because chances are they'll probably be like, you're doing something wrong right now. So we're going to ignore your problem and we're going to focus on what you're doing wrong right now. Because that's easier. And it is just, I don't like the police. Cheers. Oh no, my lighter. Dead. Cheers. Wow, Eliza, that's a job. That's interesting. Okay, bye. Fuck the police. Amen, knives. Sometimes I do feel bad because I have known people who are police officers, and personally, they always have seemed to me to be very fair, nice people that are out to do good. But I have never seen a human being in a cop car or a police uniform actually do good yet. Someday, maybe. Does it pay well? I don't want to count people. Fuck that. I want a job that I like. Lil's just staring at me. I want a job that I like and I don't mind doing until I die. Because, like, retirement just isn't realistic for me. I don't have, like, as a streamer, we're going to work till we die. That's pretty much what my life is. Ticket quotas, prisoner quotas. Yep. It's disgusting. I mean, it's... Like, I was talking to Incoming Drawing the other day, and he was telling me that in Denmark, they have open-air prisons. Meaning, if you commit a horrific crime, you go to prison, but you still get to leave the prison to, like, go to work, go see your family. You just have to sleep at the prison, and you have what's it called, like a curfew, and they actually rehabilitate you into society. What a fucking concept, right? I have seen the glass blunts. I'm not a fan. I don't like blunts or pre-rolls or anything like that. I really think to get the best bang out of your buck, it's a bong with a bowl. This is the best way you're going to be able to smoke every single bit of marijuana you purchased. A blunt or a joint or a pre-roll, like a lot of it's just burning into the air. I feel like I'm wasting a lot. And also, I feel like I can't get as big of a hit off any pre-roll, blunt, anything. And so it takes me so much more effort to get high. Like, literally have to smoke more means more heat exposure to my throat, more coughing, more trauma to my body. Not my favorite way of existing. Wait, it goes onto a bong. Interesting. Scared Turtle, you like it? This is my day 3, I need to wash my hairstyle. Thank you. She dirty. I know, Mag. I heard that Arizona's actually using a lot of the money they got from the COVID relief to build a new prison, which is super exciting. You guys can't hear it, but my eyes are so juicy that I can hear them blink. I don't think you can hear. So I once got pulled over for speeding pretty close to my house. We had just gotten a fuck ton of Taco Bell, and my friend was carrying a sword on his lap that we were just going to go sharpen and cut fruit like dumbass teenagers. Oh my God. Did he take it? True, probably not enough to sustain me currently. Oh yeah, that government jobs, yeah. Cop saw that sword as he was talking to me and was like, so what's that? Well, officer, it's a sword. Next comes a half hour where that cop and another one he called in for backup look through the statute to figure out if it meets the requirements to be a cane sword, which are illegal in New York State. I, for one, am thrilled my tax dollars go to that. Thrilled. Hey, you got legal weed. I mean, you're moving, just moving everywhere, unfortunately. I tried to use hemp wick for igniting the bowl, and it's so easy to control it. Plus, I can taste a little better flavor. Oh, yeah. Hemp wick's amazing. I actually have an order of hemp wick coming because I'm out. But hemp wick is awesome. Arizona's a perpetual shit show. It's weird. Your state is like the retirement home of the U.S. That's how I feel every time I go to Arizona. Like, if the room isn't filled with white-haired people, you're not in Arizona. You've probably crossed the border. FML, I think I have a stomach virus. No. Oh my God, I just got over one of those. Fuck that. He thought you were Beatrix Kiddo. Fucking Christ. Turns out it didn't, and then they forgot to ticket me for speeding. Oh, okay, that's a happy story. Still a waste of your time. Oh, also, Katie, Spider-Man or Brendan Fraser? How do I compare those two things?
Welcome to the class hole.
One of those things is not like the other. Pick one. Spider-Man. Spider-Man. I feel like I'm being tricked. What is it? Is it a video? Can I play it? Oh. I do love Brendan Fraser. And honestly, like, if you guys haven't been watching Doom Patrol with Brendan Fraser, he's fucking amazing in it. Like, he is the biggest asshole, and I love him. I spent 3 months in AZ. It was miserable. Dude, I've spent, like, half my life in Arizona. Monkey Jesus! Did I not hear an alert? Or did it go off and I ignored it subconsciously? Did you guys hear an alert? Oh my God, it's been a year.
What the fuck? Whoa. That's a long time. Holy shit.
Arizona's new slogan. Hey, we're not Texas. That's America's slogan. Shit, I got y'all beat. Fornication is a felony in South Carolina. Fornication is defined as habitual sexual relations between a man and a woman who are both unmarried. What? I think I've broken laws in South Carolina. Encino Man was great. I mean, George of the Jungle. Like, if you guys haven't seen Blast from the Past is a Brendan Fraser classic. Good thing I don't live in South Carolina. Dude, you'd be a fucking criminal. As someone who has had copious sex and no marriage, I'm a fornicator. And that's life. That's life. Oh, you're gonna bake cookies? Oh my God. Post pictures if you want. Oh, Brendan Fraser and the Mummy, also fucking amazing. Yep, let's watch this video. I'm excited. Oh, I already moved it over there. I've already got it ready. I'm just sitting here being a dumbass. I should have not taken a hit during that video. I should have known better. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. That was fantastic. That was amazing. Wow. I wonder where he went. Just like go raise family and shit?
Come out. I'm gay.
Fohammer_419 tipped $5. CK, last night Guy Fieri came over dressed up like a Furby while I role-played a turkey and he filled me with goop eggs before putting me in the oven, basting me and covering me with gravy before Terry Crews ate me like a feast. It was so hot here, woo.
Blood orgy! Yay! Blood orgy! Blood orgy! Yay!
Ah!
It's a raid!
Raiders, you have come in at a very strange time. I have to blow my nose. Oh my god. Oh my god. Holy dick balls. Zoe. Before Terry Crews made me a feast.
Hail Satan! Hail Satan!
Brandon, how the fuck are you? I can't breathe. Holy. What? Oh, he was depressed. Sad. I hope he's better. Other Rin and friends, welcome to my channel. Welcome to my stream. My name is ClassyKatie, and it's great to meet you and see you today. Oh my god. I love you guys. You're gross, funny, and I love you. Oh my, what? I get, I am not mad to be compared to Furusha Balk. It's happened at least once a day since I dyed my hair dark. It's because I have a huge mouth. Like her. She's got that fucking toothy ass mouth. Uh-huh. Thank you, though. She's gorgeous. She's a fucking queen forever. First the hit, then the nose blowing. Dude, you guys. That was just like, Rin, I have to see. We need to run a fucking ad. But when I come back, I'd love to play the video that's making me cry tears right now. That led into Foe's alert being made a feast. Oh my god. What? Yes, go pee. Yeah, go pee and stretch your legs. And then I want you to tell me about your stream and if it was good. Good morning, Mark. How are you feeling today? Is the baby here? Dude, for real, Coven, The Craft is like such a legendary movie. It'll be one of my favorite movies till I die. Did you see the horrific sequel they made? If you haven't, I suggest you do not. Lena, how are you, my love? Welcome and thank you, Rin, for that fucking raid. Please follow my friend Rin. I'm sorry I was so snotty and ridiculous. Don't watch that sequel. Oh, Knives. If I could go back in time, that would be a movie I would refuse to watch because I watched it anyways. It was one of those days where I was just like in a mood to try things, you know? And I was like, fuck it, I'll put it on while I clean the house. And it was so bad. So bad. So bad. Like insultingly horrific. It was, I mean, for how much I love the first one, it was just like, why did we need a sequel? We didn't need one. It's kind of like how they're doing a sequel for Hocus Pocus. Do we need one? Absolutely not. I really hope it doesn't fuck up the first one for me. Martyrs for the first time? That is not a fun, happy movie. Have I seen that one? Give me Cliff Notes. Friend hasn't gotten back to me yet. I'm assuming, oh yeah, I'm sure he's not checking his phone. He'll probably, like, I'm assuming an hour after the baby squirts out, that's when you'll get a text. Because that's after the crying is done, you know, and the, oh my God, we made people. Then they start texting friends. But that's about how long the shock of, oh my God, they're handing us a baby. Spencer, happy Friday Eve. Mega Manta. So you got the Johnson & Johnson and you got COVID. Do you know how? My buddy. My little void down here. Martyr is about a girl that gets kidnapped and tortured, escapes, and what she's like, oh God, I don't want to see that. Exercise your rights. Word. Take him running. Or you could even leash him up to a treadmill. Why is your... Oh my God. Sometimes Lilith pulls on him by his collar, and it gets so tight on his neck. Thrak, this is my... I still call him a puppy. He's a year and a half old. This month, he'll be a year and a half old. But he's a standard poodle, and his name is Trek. He's my special boy. Want to come say hi? He just made a sound for you guys. You speak for everyone? He talks. It's so funny. He goes, wah, 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 wah. He's our void pup. That's Lilith. She's my other one. They're brother and sister, same age. Little Lil. Little Lil back there. Lil and I are trying to learn how to jump into my arms because she's very jumpy and very bouncy. And so I was like, I bet I can teach her this. And so that's what we're working on now is jumping into my arms. And she's really good at it. It's me. I got to learn how to catch her. Oh my God. Yep. And there's Lil always wanting a cuddle. Lil is very much a snot. Neuro, my love. Your tweet yesterday just spoke to my soul. Bitch, how cute. I know. I know. Me and my hellhounds. They're precious. Precious. Oh my God, Mark just gifted a sub to Thrak. Thrak, that's what you get for being nice to my pups. Thank you, Mark, for gifting a sub to Thrak. Thrak, go forth and use your emotes responsibly. Girl, dude, fucking Mega Manta in chat got the Johnson & Johnson shot and has fucking COVID. So that's what I was just talking about, trying to ask like if they knew how or like what the fuck was going on. Spencer, it's almost been a year. What the fuck? I have known you way longer than that, though. I was going to say, it feels like I've known you way longer. I 100% have. Thank you for the resubs. And Rod Johnson just gifted a sub to Neuro. Bitch, you know he poor as fuck. Neuro for Yay, my dear love, a neurosurgeon whom I worked with at Johns Hopkins in the neuro unit, works with in accordance with the CDC on COVID vaccinations and regulations and information and such. So I'm actually going to take a quick break because we need to run an ad because before, like when I went live, literally Twitch pre-rolled an ad on my stream for everyone, including me, which was great. So we need to take a break. Obviously, my dogs, these poodles are so stupid smart. They know when breaks need to happen. They know They come. It's so weird. They even do it to Zach. Like when daylight savings happened, they started bugging him an hour before his stream was over because that's when they thought stream should be over. They're very intelligent, but means they need to go outside. Can you go potty? Yeah. My cuddle bugs. My cuddler. Those eyes. Haunted Victorian child. Tell me I'm wrong. Oh, Bat Penguin, boo, my love. I hope you're taking it easy on yourself. The Charmed reboot is really good. I honestly like it better than the Charmed show. Like, the Charmed show wasn't bad, but let's be honest, we all watched it for nipples. That was it. Nipples and the occasional camel toe. The 90s were about spandex and no bras. I don't even know what happened in that show, I'm gonna be honest, but I learned a lot about nipple placement. Ooh, gonna go lurk. Heads up, needs your and the community's opinion on a tat. You better post it in the Discord. We have a tat Discord channel. Look at that. Look at her hand. I'm 6 feet tall. For those new to my channel or have never been here, I am a 6 foot tall woman. It just gives you a good scale of how big my dogs are. They're big, huh? That's what she looks like to me. They have so much like extra skin on their face. It's so funny. You're a good girl though. I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing with you. So funny. Z says his eye's great. Thank you for asking. Yeah. 80 pie. I know. I'm huge. I'm a monster. Everybody looks the same size on stream. So. You're a big dog. I just love them. They're so cute. Jack, how are you, love? Tell me the lottery numbers do it. What are they? 3, 18, 23, 11, 50. She doesn't know if there needs to be more numbers. That's all she's got. Now she needs to pee. You want to pee? You want to go outside? You want to go outside? Yeah. She just goes in for a hug. She's like, okay. I hug her. They're so precious. I just love them. Right? Kitty cuddles. That's what, like, she's a hugger. Like, I don't, like, you'll often read about dogs. You know, dogs do not like to be hugged. They don't like to be, like, restrained like this. But she does it. Like, if I stop, this is her favorite place. I love them. That's true. Rod Johnston is another streamer that is actually taller than me and does not look tall on stream. No one looks tall on stream. I don't know how to look tall unless I stand up. And then people are like, wow, are your legs the size of a small child? And I'm like, yes. 90s nipples. Do you know Rachel's nipples and Friends were prosthetic? No, they were not. I mean, I knew back then because I had a friend who bought the bra. They had bras at Victoria's Secret that had fake nipples built in. And I had a friend who would wear it every fucking day. Like, she was so hot to feel like she's nipping. We talking height? Andrew and BDO. I think you were the 2 tallest people that I know. I think. Speaking of nipples, tomorrow's the day. Ready to regret my life's piercing decisions. Oh, Bat Penguin. You won't regret anything until you catch them on something. If I can give you any advice, get barbells. Do not get circles. Don't get rings. Get barbells. If you can, try not to wear a bra until they're healed. Because, and even a sports bra, any pressure pushing the piercing in makes the healing time extend and makes the skin thinner. Like, that pressure makes it so it doesn't build enough, like, flesh around it to have a nice hold. And if you're like me and I'm an idiot, I worked in a public space and I did not want my big pierced nipples out. I wore a bra and the healing time just took forever. And, you know, any piercing oozes like bloody clear shit, like the sebum. every bra had 2 fucking sebum nipple marks in them. Forever. Every bra I had. And then I caught it on a shower door, screamed, cried for 3 hours, tore them out, and promised never to do that to myself again. Whoa! Everybody's nipples are beautiful, pierced or not, by the way. All titties deserve to be tickled, touched, whatever. All right. Let's... Okay. Good. Most piercers... Okay, honey. You're in my cord, which is danger. Danger. Danger zone. Most piercers won't do a hoop because the ring moves, you know, it has a lot more area to move, and that irritates the piercing. The reason I give you, like, I'm giving you tons of advice on this one piercing specifically is nipple flesh is not the same as the skin on any other part of your body. It is it's almost like this, it's almost exactly the same as the tissue that builds the part of a man's penis that swells and engorges with blood. It's really porous and spongy because when you nurse a baby, it's not like one hole and milk squirts out of one hole. Milk actually comes out of like a lot of little tiny microscopic holes, basically pores. Your boobs, like the mammary glands, they are just modified sweat glands. That's all they are. So the same shit you've got going in your pits and your inner thighs, that's exactly what boobs are. But the hormone released when you have a baby makes it turn into milk. So, like, it's a million little holes. And so as it heals, you're going to need to, like, squeeze your nip nop like a pimple and literally squeeze pus out of the lactation pore holes. Otherwise, it gets blocked and gets infected. This is the grossest thing I'm going to tell you all day. But I pierced my nipples. Then I took them out, got them re-pierced because I'm an idiot. I have a lot of experience with the nips. No. It's gross. You have to do that for the rest of your life. Because just like I have gauges, if you have earrings of any kind, any piercing, you know how dead skin builds up around your piercings? Like, I take my gauges out every night and clean my ears because otherwise you get that funk. That's going to happen to your nip nop, and you're going to have to squeeze your literal, like, nip. I'm, like, sitting here squeezing my nipples. You're going to have to squeeze your nipple and pop all that dead skin goo out of those pores, like, once a month in a hot shower. Otherwise, it builds up, and you're going to get, like, you know how women will get clogged ducts? That's literally what you're going to get, but you don't have a baby to suck it out. Is this really gross? I feel I'm trying to make it not gross. Like, I still haven't said the word pus, but it's pus. People fucking hate the word pus. I don't know. My ex got her nips pierced, eventually taking them out. I took them out. I got them done, had them for a couple years, took them out because they were just more annoying than anything. And then when I went through a breakup, I was like, I'm going to get them pierced again. I'm a single, independent woman. By the way, piercing through scar tissue is worse. Nipple grilled cheese, that's literally what it is. Like the same dead skin that builds up in earring holes and stuff gets pinched out of your nip knobs. I got rated here. Someone has taste. Isutik, my love, how are you? Yeah, so like if you think about it, if you don't do that and then your partner goes to suck on your pierced nipple, they're going to be literally sucking the dead skin pus funk out of your nipple pores. So it's something you want to do. It's a lot of work. I think titties look great just the way they are, pierced, all sorts of ways. Sucking the scummies. And on that note, I'm going to take a break. Go vomit, do what you need to do, and I'll be back. Oh my God, Safi, hi, love. Oh, Erica, you had clogged ducts? I had a friend who had a clogged duct. But the biggest trick she told me is let your kid do it. Like, literally nurse your child and they can unduct it or whatever. Yeah, banana. I'm just real because I care about Bat Penguin's beautiful tits. I care about all your tits. And I want you guys to know the facts. Every piercing comes with a cost. Every piercing. Back. Cold and very windy. Oh, cute. That's what I did with my hood. Excellent, Katie.
Hail Satan! Hail Satan!
A plague approaches. Thank you for the fucking host. What the fuck? Sig, what have you done? thank you very much for. My phone just make a very strange noise. Sure did. Hate that. Don't ever do that again. Sigmoid Drill just fucking gifted 10 subs in my channel. It got weird while I was gone. Let me welcome all of our new holes. I love this song. Pause. We're not going to waste that song. Dr. Chillax. Finn. Bitch. Kelamine. Silver Splatter. BJ. Jade Ellen. Legendary Rob. Emmy Lou. Seven Hat Dead Cat. And Dave US 88. You're all but wizards of the highest order. Go forth! And be consensual in every way, because nothing is sexier than pure, sober, consensual everything. Thank you. Harley ran away? Oh. I hope she's okay. Hopefully she got picked up. Was she chipped yet? Hi, Lilith. How are you, love? I'm always scared when I do that. Now my dog's going to turn around. Are you going to... Do not lick your ass on the camera, ma'am. Don't. Just... This is just inappropriate, Lilith. I'm sorry, Miniman. Hopefully she'll come back. Mel.
Mel Nye the Science Pie. That consensual resub. Thank you, love.
I pulled out a dead lighter this morning. It was a great time. Oh, lords. Welcome back, everybody. I'm trying to catch up on chat. Let's see. I didn't sub to anyone on Twitch anymore except for my Prime sub. If I want to support, I'll go to Patreon or whatever other platform I can throw my money at their face, because fuck Twitch. Honestly, the number one way you can support any streamer is just giving them money. Like donating to a streamer, because we get 100% of that through like PayPal or whatever. That's the, like, if you don't, I know a lot of people, I'm not anti-Twitch. They've never done anything bad to me, but I completely respect people who are fed up. Because I have seen, it's just, I'm lucky, I guess. My only problems are me. Oh, honey. Was she fixed? So I should cancel my sub and donate 60 for the year. That's only if you want to. I mean, it's so confusing. I don't want to speak for every streamer. Subs make you look good to companies and Twitch, so you get opportunities to get paid more money. Whereas donating to us, like companies and Twitch, have no idea what we make in that. I say you support a streamer if you can in whatever way you feel appropriate. But just numbers to numbers, money is the best. I mean, really anybody, like anything, even a charity, like it's best to just give it. You know, don't buy fucking Tom's shoes. Like, give some money to an organization in Africa who actually helps people have houses. They have shoes. Main character syndrome, how dare you? Shut up, Sammy. I don't know what you're talking about. I'd totally be a sidekick. I've talked about that many times. Like, do you guys think you'd be the main hero of the story, or do you think you'd be a sidekick? I think I'd be a weirdo sidekick. Like, something like Jack Black. Hi, BJ. How are you, love? Afternoon. She was fixed. Okay, so that's good. So, was she chipped? Did she have, like, the microchip thing? If you've ever taken her to the vet, they chipped her. It's so cheap to do and quick. Because you can go, like, you can call around to every single fucking shelter, like, and there's, like, a computer system, and they can look, one shelter can look across all the shelters and see if she's been picked up. And never, oh my God, Falcon. Those are such a, you know, I used to work at Lowe's, and they make huge incentives for us to try to get people to donate money to whatever charity we're doing. If you've ever been into like a hardware store and you see all those paper balloons on the wall with people's names, they're like, if you give us $10, you can write your fucking name on some paper and we'll put it on the wall. And they would pay us so much money to sell those. It was disgusting. Which version of Jack Black? Like, that's a good question. Hold on, let me think. School of Rock. Jack Black. Yep. Hero who becomes the villain. Ooh. Villains are just princesses who never got saved by some fucking prince. Minimin. I'm so sorry, honey. No, I'm sorry for you. I'm sad for you. I would be freaking out, dude. I'm just trying to like give you like I just want to help. Cable Guy Jack Black's a good one. The first thing that came to mind was Jumanji. Jumanji one. I love Jumanji. Jumanji's hilarious. The new ones are so funny. I really like them. I slept in, but made me miss my normal caffeine. I'm fixing it now with a Monster. Dude, I haven't had coffee in like 5 days just because I haven't wanted to go to the grocery store because my cramps were killing me. So I've been living off Monster, and I don't know if this is good for me. It's weird. Tenacious D. I love Tenacious D. I could sing most of their songs by heart if I wasn't terrified of DMCA coming after me. I wouldn't be a character in the story, but the one telling the story. Ooh, shut up. I love that. The narrator's often the best character in any fucking story ever. Half the reason I read is a narrator's voice. If I have to wear a belt for my lifting, you need to quit caffeine. If I quit caffeine, you have to quit alcohol. It's categorically not good for you, but it's also not that bad for you. I'm literally drinking it to stave off a caffeine headache. That's it. I know I'd get a caffeine headache, so I just sip on it to not carry on. That's what I thought, bitch. I'm still confused that I like the sugar-free Monsters. Me too. I've actually like, I think Diet Coke tastes a million times better than regular Coke. Regular weird fizzy brown water. I don't know why. I always have. I don't like super sweet, like, shit that makes my mouth, like, you know? I'd take that bet. I don't get addicted to shit. I mean, caffeine is an interesting thing because it's not like an addiction like cigarettes or something. Like you don't start, like, shaking like, "I need it." You just kinda chill all morning and you're like, "I feel fine." And then around 2 in the afternoon, all of a sudden, lightning is in your head. That's what it is for me. I don't have, like, weird caffeine withdrawals or feel extra tired. I usually every morning, I get up and I chug this thing of water. That wakes me up in the morning. Uh, but if I don't have caffeine, I know by 1 or 2 in the afternoon, it'll be like lightning bolts shooting through my skull. Ugh. Right, BDO? Yeah. The caffeine headache is something else. It's something weird. And I think it's because I think it is that caffeine is a vasodilator, which makes your blood flow faster, delivering more oxygen to the tissues, making you feel awake. And when you don't have the caffeine, you don't have that vasodilation. So the vasoconstriction causes less blood flow to the head, which causes a headache, I think. I am not a doctor, just a lowly RT. I haven't had the orange one, penis. Is it orange flavor? Mexican soda's delicious, but that's totally different. That's one of the cool things about living here in Denver is, oh, Judy, how are you? I'm good. Fun fact, Colorado was stolen from Mexicans, I learned recently. I suddenly hate living here because everyone here is racist against the Mexican community, and it's so weird. I live in the Mexican community. They're wonderful people. Everybody's wonderful. People are people. Skin tone means nothing. I don't know if you guys knew this, but it doesn't. But we have incredible Mexican food here, like legit, and all the Mexican restaurants carry Mexican soda. So I always get like I usually get Squirt. I love Squirt. I think it's like grapefruit flavored or something. Yep, headaches are just the worst. I mean, we can all agree. Like, if you've ever had a headache, let alone a migraine, headaches, it's like you can't do anything and you feel so useless because, like, your body's fine, but there's lightning in your head. Caffeine's also an androzine and adenosine. Wow, androzine, Katie. Adenosine antagonist. So it fucks with the neurotransmitters for being tired, which is part of the headache, too. I believe that. Anytime. Yeah. With real sugar. And that's the thing. Like, I don't think Coke and shit, they use, like, corn syrup or something. Right, banana, like, you can't go wrong with Mexican food here. As long as you're not going to Taco Bell or something like that. The orange one is a really strong citrusy and tart flavor. I like that. As long as it's not like orange soda, I might try it. Man, I have almost 0 good Mexican places. What? Are you south of me? That doesn't even make sense. Well, I mean, I live literally in, like, Little Mexico. We live in a very Mexican neighborhood. All my neighbors are Mexican except for the crazy booby across the street. So it's probably because I'm like balls deep in it. Because I'm not wealthy. I live like a normal person. Well, like normal people used to live. I think I'm poverty level now. You married one of them? Lucky you. Man. Smack that cocoa ass for me. Jarritos tamarindo. I've had it. It's delicious. I'm a big tamarind fan. But you know what it took? It took me actually cooking with tamarinds to accept it as a flavor. I had to like buy it, like the fucking bean thing, and like squeeze the paste out and shit to like absorb it into my fucking soul. Gassy, what up? Dude, I was thinking of you the other day. I don't know why. Oh my God, we had Mexican food and Zach was like leaking hot air out of his ass that I could chew on, and it was so bad I made him get up and leave the room. Just wanted to confirm that we will conspire to get Zeke to play Eco with us when we start firing the server up come January. What time is it right now? It's middle of... Yeah, I think I could get him to do it by then. That gives me time for how many blowjobs? That's like 30. I'll have to put in some effort, but I think I can do it. I think I can do it. It's January for sure. Bitch, don't get me all wet and bothered for nothing. Eco, January, blowjobs. Gassy, I'm not a half-ass kind of bitch. I don't know if you've never seen me IRL, but I have a huge ass, so I can't help but full ass all the things. And I miss Eco like heroin. Whose chat was I in the other day? Oh my God, who was I stalking the other day? I'm blanking. But I think I said something along the lines of, if I catch people this time not RPing, I'll grow their virginity back. I don't even remember what I said. But I will. I'll go for them. Your half-ass is other people's full ass. True. True. I ain't no half-ass bitch. What's the point in putting effort into something if you're not going to go all the way? Fuck it. And Eco, like, we've already seen, you guys remember, Eco works if you put the effort in. Like, we already know it does. Now it's just like cleaning. It's like the cleaning the edges, you know. We're sandpapering. They are. I'm just joining because I love RP. The bakery will live on forever. Play on the side of the asteroid. You know what? I wouldn't even care. As long as he RP'd, I wouldn't care. I'm very, very excited. Me too. It's going to be so good. Last time it was really good. Honestly, like where Eliza and I set up and Glut and we had a couple other people that set up in our area, we didn't even know there was riffraff for a while. It was like towards the end when everything just kind of came to a cluster, like fucking volcano that vomited old jizz on everybody. That's when we were like, oh, our corner of the world isn't that great. We didn't know. Because we just kind of like RP'd. Imagine. Maybe we should like, you know, maybe also outlaw pizza. I heard there was like a monopoly. People were very upset. Don't want no Twitch chat drama this time around. Dude, isn't that weird, Safi? Like, I think that's honestly why we didn't know it was even happening for the longest time, is because all the drama was happening in chat, and we don't allow that shit here. My mods clip drama balls to the wall, you know? They're like, oh, like, you know how old school farmers, like, castrate sheep with their teeth? My mods are similar in that way. So I didn't see any of it because that's before I could even see it in my chat, it was gone. I had no idea. 2 months, you came back!
You came back. Dude, for real though. Hail some Satan, motherfuckers.
It's so unoften I hear that 2-month one. Thank you so much, Eliza, for gifting a sub to Gassy. Speaking of the bakery. Angel, thank you for those 13 months, you silly fuck. I appreciate you. Those people that started ruin things will not be asked back. Well, it's very bizarre, isn't it, Gassy? Like, you and I have been streaming relatively the same amount of time. Like, I'm coming up here on 7.5 years-ish. And, like, to nurture that shit in your chat, like in your community, is very odd. Very odd. I'd never seen that before, but I've heard it happens. Like, very odd. Very odd to me. When do you think? Well, I don't fucking know. I don't know, bitch. Are you? Yeah, I know you're old. Like, I've seen the grays. I assume. The only way people like you and I survive is by streaming for a super long time. Because nowadays we're not viable. Like, I'm not a marketable person anymore. I rely on the loyalty of people from 7 years ago when I was young and in my 20s. Go get your slippers, granddad. Oh, I've laughed too much. My stomach hurts. Sat here planning societies, eating chicken. See, I literally joined Twitch the month after it wasn't Justin TV anymore. I didn't even watch streamers. I just joined. Oh, God. Gassy started streaming when I was still in the womb. Stop it. That's not real, right? Twitch hasn't been alive that long. Although, real talk, there are children who watch my stream now as, like, young adults who were born. Like, literally, their mom was in my channel giving birth. Like, it's real weird. Your respect. I mean, if you're Justin TV era, though, like, you literally, like, nowadays, streamer, like, these baby, no offense, like, newer streamers, I'm not gonna say baby streamers, that sounds really condescending. Newer streamers coming into the industry, they're like, it's like the Wild West, like, there's no rules, regulations, I have to do this by my own, and people that came from Justin TV are like, bitch, hold my bong. You know? Like, that kind of thing. That shit was wild. I remember when I first started streaming, this is a funny story, Gassy, you probably have one similar, like, very first started streaming, I didn't know what mods were or anything because I didn't watch streams. I just started doing this. And my first like 2 months of streaming were just me arguing with a fucking skinhead in my chat who was convinced white people were better than any other people. And I did not know you could ban people, have mods, anything. So literally like my channel was built off of me talking shit to this guy. And then I don't know if you remember Izzle. Rest in peace, dear Izzle. He used to work for Twitch. And he found my channel because I had pretty big numbers at that point. I was playing Skyrim, and he was like, bitch, how do you not have a mod yet? I was like, what's that? But it took about a year. It's really bad. Ike Wolf, speaking of people from 7 years ago, thank you for that resub, love. The early days. Oh, those were bad days. Those were bad days. I used to have to fight a lot, and now my mods fight for me. It's great. And they like it. They're hungry. I'm not really old either. Just started young and have been doing content creation for a long time. I wish I would have started earlier. Like, I literally started streaming the week I was studying for my certification boards to be a respiratory therapist. I started streaming because I was bored. So when you have to take, this is normally what people do, like nursing, respiratory therapists, anybody that's not a doctor, you quit your job. You quit doing whatever you're doing because the last 2 years of school, you're just working in a hospital doing clinicals. And then you have to like go take these huge, ridiculous, 4-hour state regulated tests to get your certification to work within our nation, whatever, your license. And so you haven't done bookwork for like 2 years. So everybody quits their jobs, quits everything, and just studies like a psycho for 6 months. You get this, I bought a program called Kettering, and you study it. And you have to because the numbers they use on these state certification tests are not real in human bodies. They use the numbers because it's easy mental math, but it makes you feel stupid. Like, the easiest one I can come up with is the normal human being has like 5 to 7 liters of oxygen that they can hold in their lungs. But on these tests, they make me work with 10-liter machines. So in your mind, because you've been working for 2 years, you're like, 10 liters would kill someone. I'm going to pop them. I'm not going to do that. But you have to go back to book thinking and think, okay, this is just for math. Stop thinking that you're actually going to kill a patient. It's the dumbest thing in the world. So 8 hours a day, I would do Kettering, just sitting on my mom's couch studying. And then I would stream at nighttime because I was so fucking mind numb. And then I worked for 8 years as a respiratory therapist and then decided to do this anyways. But I so wish I would have started younger because now I'm 30 something and you're just not hot anymore. One of the first things ever said to me, and I quote, "Daddy, give me all the cummies." Daddy's cummies will live on forever. Mods? No, I don't mod Skyrim. Oh my god, Sales, shut up. I probably said that exact thing because I did not mod Skyrim. Izzo literally wrote my bot and everything. He was so wonderful. He really helped me. Unfortunately, a couple years ago, he did take his own life. That's why I say rest in peace. I miss him a lot. Oh my god. I think I was 14 when I first hit the live button, so like a year ago. Safi, just because you look 12 does not mean you're existentially 12. I know I keep repeating this to you, but if you keep thinking you're 12, your partner's going to think they're a chimo, and like it's just going to get really tense. Are you excited to buy Skyrim again? Where else could I buy it? What else can I buy it on? My phone? It's on my fucking, like, Alexa. Alexa, please play Despacito. Anybody? It's the worst song I come up with. Right on the fly. Sorry. Look at. Hey Google, please play Despacito. Almost just got a little DMCA there on the old Google front. When you debate yourself, that's the best. Fuck me. An anniversary edition? Stop it. You know, I did try to play like the on your Samsung fridge. Oh my god, knives. Like 10 years ago when I worked at Lowe's, they had a fridge you could buy that had a TV built into the door, and when you opened the fridge, the TV would start playing on the inside of the fridge. So like no matter what point of fridge moment you were in, you were still catching the game. It was wild. Like, how much time are you spending in the fridge? You made me. This is cruelty against chat. I am a sadist, well and pure. Sorry. Safi, what is it like to be a youngin' these days? Try this one. Hey, Alexa, do you want some toast? I don't have an Alexa, so it's not going to do it to me. I don't like that one. Alexa's very creepy. Oh my god, Banana, that would be funny. If I could just, like, sneak it into his room and plug it in. He'd have no idea. He'd probably freak out. Hunter, I'm here for you. I'm here for you. Why don't you just listen to the song? It's such a good song. It's so high quality. I mean, it's poetry. I honestly have no idea what that song even sounds like. I haven't heard it. Is it the one that's like at the beginning? Like Mexican guitar, like something like that? I don't know. I haven't heard it in so long. It's a bad song. Sorry. To those that love the Despacito. I should play good music. That's a better one. Like, just throw music at you guys that's decent. I'll have to think on that one. Because I can't fucking listen to music with my friends anymore. The world's a vampire and it's killing everybody. If you really want to troll people with smart homes, you can use some of the Google commands. Oh, I don't even know. See, I literally just have a Nest. I have like the smallest little Google thing you can possibly have in your house. It's not like security. It can't control anything. It literally just plays music. I wouldn't say Twitch is the Wild West. Everything is too controlled nowadays. Makes it hard to breathe. Do you think so? I don't know, man. When Twitch informed me that I had all the tools at my disposal to block the various forms of the N-word I was being rated with, I was pretty daunted with the lack of control I had there. Some guy actually figured it out. Even if you set up a bot to do it for you and type every single... Like, he set it up so it was typing... What was the word? Jump or something? He set up a bot so that the bot would run constantly until it figured out every single way you could possibly form the word jump with weird characters from other languages, numbers, symbols, everything. And just with the word jump, it took over 3 days on a bot going 24/7. Yet Twitch thinks I can do it. What? I mean, I'm a machine, but not that much of a machine. I am the machine. Hi, sexy, sexy. How you doing, honey bean? I was trying to think of a good song to play. They're all gone. I don't ever listen to music anymore because everything's ruined. Hey, Google, it's party time. Oh, true, 80 Pie, true. I mean, I feel like I have a fair amount of control. Like, I can control my ads at this point, except now. Gassy, have you streamed recently? Have you, like, literally, I'm getting the ads I run? Like, I just went live today. We all got a pre-roll out of nowhere. Even myself, like, I'm literally getting my own ads. Just wondering if that's happening to everybody. Judy, of course I did. Of course I did. I hope I'm getting paid, but I think it's illegal. Void, good morning. Really? Well, Gassy, same. My camera's out of control? Was it because I was leaning on my desk? Was I doing this shit? What? I speak with my elbows. Kravma, fuck. Oh, yes. This is what camera is this? This is it's not the Logitech camera anymore because Logitech is a sentient bastard. What is this camera? What are you? Does it say it on it? Elgato. It's Elgato, right? Yeah, Elgato. Thank you. Elgato face cam. Boom. It's pretty gorgeous, isn't it? I mean, I don't really notice like a definition difference, but I do notice like the frames are just. Oh, fuck, I forgot you were out of the country. That's true. It's just happened in the past 2 days. So, let me know. Because I have Turbo as well. And it's my channel. Like, I'm the one going live. Should I see my ads? Literally, all my subs were seeing ads. It was great. It was a good time. I don't like them. How was your trip? Was it wonderful? I haven't had a vacation since COVID. And I think I'm starting to lose my mind. Quim. Ooh, new job's going really well. Autism is a world of wonder and confusion, all right? Word on that. Neurodivergence is a fucking extreme sport. Good morning, SOS with the most. How you doing, honey bean? So do I, Dead Kel, but even people that paid to not get ads were seeing them, so I think it's an issue. I think something's wrong. You're coming to TwitchCon EU so I can hug you. Yes, I have a place to stay. I already have an Airbnb. It's happening. I have an Airbnb for the whole month because I don't know what the dates are, Twitch. But for real, I will be at TwitchCon EU for TwitchCon, and then I'm actually going to be in the EU in general for about 2 weeks. And I'm going to be training all over all of you. I'm going to train all of you. I'm going to take a train to see you. I'm going to be there for a while because the plane ticket is stupid expensive to get there. It's not, I don't know how anybody, like, not even the price of the plane ticket, the misery of a plane ride for a tall person with long legs. I need at least 2 weeks to forget the pain I had from the flight. I wouldn't. Like, if it was just a week, I'd be like, you couldn't get me on that plane with $1 billion. There's no fucking way. My patella is still on the side. Oh, fuck yes. Are you going to go to it, Safi? Like, you're going to actually go to the con? I'm going to run a train on y'all. Well, consensually. Oh, no, Katie's coming. Coming! I won't force hug on any of you, but I do give a good hug. I've been told. Katie, you know how I work for Marriott now and get a discount on all their affiliated hotels? Want to go to TwitchCon NA? I do, I just don't know if I can afford it. It's so far away. It's really hard. Like, literally, until I do my taxes, I never know if I can go or not. Because taxes are just... Seriously? Oh my god, Gassy, we got a party. Will you take Zach to a brothel? He super wants to go, but, like, I don't really want to. Not for lack of loving sex or anything. I just really can't get off with a strange woman. But I could go find a woman that's not strange, and you guys can go to the brothel. He's done it before. He said it was super fun. The problem is, it's always more expensive, and I'm a cheap ass. Alan. Sean. Whoever you are now. Seriously, like, I always say I'm going to do it. Like, I'm like, this time, I'm getting an exit row. And then I look at it, and it's like $200 more expensive. And I'm like, are my knees worth it? Really? That's a lot of drinks. My priorities are not right. Going to Europe, I had to upgrade to economy, the lay-down seats, because I just couldn't. Oh, Ainia. I literally, on my flight from Thailand to Singapore, the lady in front of me reclined back and dislocated my whole patella. I feel your pain hard. I'm just legs. Like, legs to boobs. I don't know if there's a torso going on here. It's just insane. And, like, if I scoot my ass all the way to the back of the seat, my knees are already up against the seat in front of me. So when they recline, it's just, I'm fucked. And it's always some old cunt in front of me who's gonna recline their seat. Guaranteed. Always. 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 So if there are ways we can make that inexpensive by grouping up, I'm all for it. Which one? Are you talking about NA? I mean, if you and Penis want to plan something, go for it. I am not mentally there. Yeah. I'm 6 feet tall, but it's all, I'm just like really long legs. Ow. The eyelash stuck. It's not connected anymore. I'm like 5'12". That's what I used to say to people. I hate being 6 foot. People think you're a monster immediately. I got it. Owie. Oh my god, Judy, that would be fabulous. Thank you. I am also indeed also tall, so these issues you speak of, I'm aware of. Do you too fear the flight back? 6'3", 6'4", yeah. It's horrible. I mean, I don't think normal, like, I actually looked it up this morning for no reason, but the average American woman is only 5'3". The average American man, 5'5". Like, they don't make planes even for them. So, like, where the fuck are we going? Rude Dog, how are you? I know, Isutik. I think that's where I'm meant to be. At least I get to look up at you at 5'9". Dude, you're boob level. If you can get past the breast tissue, you might see a nose. I'm 5'11 and a half. Everyone goes, you mean 6 foot? No, actually, no one catches it. If you say you're 5'12", people go, cool. No one. People are stupid, Myron. Come on. No one catches it, ever. Maybe like a day later. Like, they'll think about it and be like, oh. Nobody. Say you're 5'12". Try it. People are like, oh, cool. That's pretty tall for a woman. And I'm like, yeah, it's a little over the average. I wish. If I could go into cargo, I would love to be a person in cargo. Gimme. I'd fit in cargo. If it's big enough for a horse, it can fit me. Dude, how come horses get more room than humans? Rude. I'm 6'3", and I have to force myself not to reach over and pull the person in front of me. Dude, I've asked. I've seriously, like, tapped him on the shoulder and be like, can you please not recline your seat? Like, you're just right into my kneecaps. And they ignore me. Like, they'll just put a blanket over their face. I'm like, cool. I'll be honest. I'll pay the money to upgrade to business class when it's available and not stupid expensive for international. I've never done it. I always say I'm going to. And then I just can't. I hate spending money, though. I'm a super cheap bitch. Like, I'll spend $1 million for someone else to be comfortable. But if it's for me, I'm like, I'm there for 2 weeks. After the first week, my knees won't hurt anymore. It's really bad. I'll do a red eye. Like, I just don't. Yeah, sex light is terrible. I'll pay for someone else. Like, I'd be like, you're really tall. You should probably sit up front. And they'd be like, I'm shorter than you. I'm like, no, your knees are going to hurt. I'd pay for someone else to sit up front. I'd suffer. I just don't like to spend money on myself. It's stupid. Oh, Gassy. I've done it. I actually got business class one time because I volunteered to, like, roll back my flight. Like, you know, when they overstock the flight, you can go up to the desk. I was like, I don't have a connecting flight, so whatever. I can go late. And they gave me business class for volunteering to do it. And it was magic. My knees didn't hurt. Like, that's never happened before. I didn't just get business class. I got the very first seat on the plane. So, like, I had the wall in front of me. I had so much leg room, like, more than my fucking desk. It was amazing. But, ugh, I just don't like to spend money. I'd rather just hoard it somewhere in a cave. One time, I got it for free one time. Pick me up and wear me like a backpack. I could, easily. You could be a fanny pack on me, Saf. Child's play. My husband thinks I'm 5'9", but I'm 5'5". Oh, that's beautiful. That's kind of... My mom thinks she's 5'7". She's like 5'4"-ish. Been married for... Oh, yeah. I'm also 5'11.5". I remember those last few years of growing, begging my growth plates not to give up on me. Oh, my God. I used to, like... wear the flattest boys shoes I could possibly find. I have always been self-conscious of my height. I don't own a pair of heels. Like, still to this day, I couldn't do it because I'm already a head taller in the room. Like, I don't want to be the Jolly Green Giant knocking my head on the ceiling. When you're tall, you just always get stared at no matter what. You're just a thumb in the room, especially as a girl, I feel like, because we're really weird looking. Are you going to go to the San Diego? That's what we were just talking about. It's so far away at this point. Like, I just don't know if... Usually, I have no idea if I can go to TwitchCon until tax season. Once I pay my taxes, because taxes for a streamer is usually half of all the income you make in a year. So we have to save up every penny we make, and then once tax season comes around, we vomit on it and throw it at the government, and that's it. And then I know where I'm standing. But I would love to go. TwitchCon, I've been to every single one so far. This would be the first one I didn't go to, actually, if I didn't go. That'd be weird. I can still do economy if I need to, but very unlikely I'll allow myself to be in economy in the back. No. Nope. I won't do that. I won't go for the cheapest seats. I usually go for like the one step up from the cheapest seats, so you're not like with the babies screaming. But that's one pro to a red eye. I'm telling you, red eye flights are amazing. They're silent, everybody's lights are out, and you can just sit there and read a book. No babies. It's amazing. When I broke my foot and was on crutches, there were empty seats at the front of the plane with room, so I asked to sit there because of my crutches midway through the flight, and they wouldn't let me unless I paid 50 euros. That's fucked up. My friends got an upgrade to first. We were only ones heading to Detroit for some reason. We just finished speaking at an epilepsy awareness conference. Dude, that's awesome, though. Good for you. Given Katie's height, I would hug her and wear her boobs as a hat. It's real. When I hug Alchemy, that's quite literally. Alch goes right there. That's how tall Alchemy is on me. I have a picture of it somewhere. You're getting first class? Well, isn't it nice to be rich? Eat the rich. Everyone eat 80 pie. Spot the 1%. I have to fly home the day before Thanksgiving. I think the day before Thanksgiving is technically like the highest travel day in the year. Oh my God, Rod, she's so tiny. She just got nipples. Like, her poor face was lactated on. Really, Sex? That sucks. The fiance's mom did? She sounds like a dummy. Not even rich. Did you eat the rich guy? I mean, that's the goal. Eat the rich. Use their soul to purify the water in Flint, Michigan. I don't know if that would work. Do we need a virgin's soul to purify this boy's hole? She's paying for the tickets. Well, I mean, that is nice. I can't remember the last time someone... Well, besides like a video game... See, and that's the other thing. If you wait a bit, I think every single year I've had some game company sponsor my flight to TwitchCon, which I do not take for granted. I feel extremely grateful. They know we broke. So, I usually push it a little. Get a little flight seas out of it. I was trying to catch up on chat, sorry. Blah, blah. I think I got it. I think I got it! Actually, you know what? If I stopped the medical stuff, I could go to EU. Medical stuff? Oh, you mean your dentistry bills? EU's the one I super want to go to just because I've never been to TwitchCon EU before. We were supposed to go the year of COVID, and then that got canceled. And I think I still literally have like all the coupons for the refunds from before COVID that I'm going to use. November is Epilepsy Awareness Month. Wow. That's awesome. So we travel together speaking at conferences and we each touch on different topics. That's really cool. Epilepsy is fascinating. I learned a lot about epilepsy working at Hopkins just because I got to work in the neuro unit a lot. It was very close to my, like when you work at Hopkins, because the building's so big, usually you get like assigned to a unit. So you get used to it. You know the nurses, you know the doctors. That's your unit. My unit was the surgical Weinberg building, which the closest unit to that is the cancer and neuro. So if I'm slow, I go work cancer and neuro. Virobot! Virobot. Everyone's getting ads today, even me. And I have fucking turbo. Everyone's getting ads. I think something's wrong with Twitch today. Because it just seems to be everybody. I just hope I hope I'm getting paid. That's all I want to, like, not that I'm like totally worried about money, but that's a lot of fucking ads. Bitches. Neurology is fascinating. If I wasn't poor, dude, it's really cool, but that unit, the neuro unit, is the saddest unit. Maybe it's even sadder than oncology in my opinion. Yes, something is wrong. Deeply. Chili. I love chili. I just got off the phone with my therapist and we set up the first. Tom Biddles, are you excited? Did they seem awesome? Yeah, the neuro unit's really, really sad because everybody comes out brain dead. Like, if you have brain surgery, you always come out. They literally, like, and especially because I lived in Baltimore, it's the vast majority of people who live in Baltimore are black. And they have the dense, beautiful, curly, afro-ish hair texture. And if they're only doing surgery in one spot on your head, they don't shave your whole head. So imagine an 80-year-old black man comatose in a bed and he's just shaved down the middle. Like, literally Bozo the Clown. That's what they all come out looking like. And you're just taking care of, like, these drooling things for days, trying to wake them up. And it's sad shit. Sad shit. Oh, clinical psychologist. No shit. Ooh, that'll be interesting. I speak from experience how interesting it can be. Go to bed feeling okay and wake up with tubes up my nose. I don't want that for you. Mm-mm. Some moderately spicy chili with some toasted bread. Oh my god, yes. Texas toast. Knives, it's bad. I mean, they all come out with the I always said it was the bozo shave. And the doctors, like, I don't know, they're younger. They're like in their 40s, 30s. Like, you'd think they'd know this reference, but I'd be like, why do you always shave them like that? Like, can't you at least shave their whole fucking head? Because this is just sad. It looks like Bozo the Clown. They're like, who's Bozo the Clown? And I'm like, how have you not seen The Simpsons? Who has not seen The Simpsons? Ooh. Come on. Come on. Ridiculous story about my rich great uncle. My cousin and my great aunt didn't want to bring my cousin's child down to Florida on only first class. Oh. My uncle said, okay, I'll book our own small plane. Nope. My great aunt said she didn't feel safe on a small plane. Uncle ended up booking a medium-sized private jet for $32,000 round trip to Florida and didn't even bring us. Must be nice. What the fuck? That is so much fucking money. I wonder if, like, the environment of being ridiculously wealthy makes you more, like, persnickety, for lack of a better word. You know what I mean? Like, you and I will put up with a certain amount of bullshit to get from one point to one point because that's life. But the more, like, rich and privileged you are, I wonder if you get to a point where you're like, I just will not. I just won't. Fuck it. This is why we gotta eat the rich. I need to get on that plane. Krusty, but the same hair thing. You know what I'm talking about? Like, we all know you could insert any name. Someone the clown cut. Boom. We all know the cut. It's just the hair, you know. I was born with epilepsy December 10th, and I'll be 56. I can say, fuck you, epilepsy. Amen. I think everybody, I mean, anybody that's like going, yeah, epilepsy, you've got issues. Like, go see a counselor. Very excited. She seems really good fit personally, and like what she offers. I'm also trying to get an appointment with a psychiatrist to also try medication. You know, you can also, if you already have a GP that you trust, Tom Middles, you can talk to your GP in the US. I don't go to a psychiatrist. I get all of my brain drugs and everything through my GP because I was already very comfortable with him. He knows me. He knows my head. We talk. And I trusted him to work with me. So if sometimes a psychiatrist can be very, very hard to get into. So if you have troubles or you have a GP, I would talk to them, ask them about it first. And if anything, they might be able to help you find a psychiatrist that works with them, you know? I have to take the bus. Oh, no. Public transport. I was jerked off on in a bus, though. So let's just put that out there. It's not a fun time. You can ride my plane, just don't eat me. When you're rich, well, see, when you're rich, though, you're not going to be like, okay, so I won't eat you, but when you do strange rich people persnickety things like, oh, I can't fly on a commoner's plane, I get to flick your nut with my big gel fingernails. Long, spindly fingers. Just a little pop every time. That's our deal. Sounds hot? Ow. You into that? Ball smacking? Dude. No shame. Deal. High five, motherfucker. I've known guys who literally wanted their balls stomped on. That's why I asked. It's a thing. My GP helped prescribe me anxiety depression meds. I haven't found a therapist I like yet. See? And that's my GP is in Maryland, and I love him so much. My GP is still in Maryland. I still call him. He's great. I saw a psychiatrist when I was 13 and was so scared to see someone new. 10 years later, I found my psychiatrist again and got back into him. Oh my God, that's so cool. That's like a dream story. That's really cool. Ball smashing is totally a kink. It's not a kink for me, no. I've never been into like actually hurting someone. I like pissing people off. That kind of gets me off. So like flicking, biting, smacking someone, pinching them, tickling them. Like I like to piss someone off, but I've never been into hurting someone for real. Like stomping on. I couldn't, and not to shame the kink, I just couldn't be with someone who wanted their balls stomped on. I'd be like, I can't. I don't want to. That makes me sad. Pixelated, talk to him about tele appointments. Makes me think of that episode of American Dad with Patrick Stewart character paying strippers to stomp on his balls. Oh my God. I've never seen American Dad, but that sounds amazing. Sounds solid to me. She was immediately receptive, encouraging. Oh, when I mentioned I was trying to work with a psychiatrist, seemed like she really wanted to help me get on the ball. Oh my God. That's so cool. I'm so happy for you. I'm dancing. That's really cool. My mom has epilepsy. It's the effing worst. Affects her long-term memory. She has basically forgotten most of mine and my sister's childhoods. Oh my God, that's my worst nightmare. Also, being 6 years old and alone with your mom, had a seizure 40 years later. PTSD. Oh, I can't even. Kids are strong. Word. Oh, Erica, you a strong bitch. I don't know if you knew. Like, you're a survivor. Seriously, though. Really, 85? My GP is like an old guy from Pakistan. I love him. Yeah, I do Zoom with my doctor. Like, unless it was a physical thing that, like, he needed to touch or smell, but then you should be going to the ER probably. Like, if it's that vital. But GPs are usually, just to talk to a doctor about stuff. Don't lie about your height and weight, though, for the love of fuck. Don't lie to your doctor. Your doctor does not give a fuck how much you weigh. But if you lie to them, they can prescribe you wrong. Just a big FYI. Oh, Judy just gifted a sub to Pixelated who was just about to renew.
You bitch. How could you?
Thank you for gifting a sub in my channel. Pixelated, you know the drill. Continue to be a motherfucking consensual bitch. Is it a red flag if my therapist didn't want to switch to bi-monthly sessions rather than weekly when I asked? I was saying I was in a better place. Well, it depends if your therapist agrees. You should work with your therapist. Your therapist shouldn't be just instructing you and you bowing, and you should not be in full control of your therapy appointments. Unless it's a money issue, obviously. But I would talk with your therapist and be like, I feel like things are working and I don't need to see you so often. Why do you think I still need to see you every week? Seriously, they're your employee. Your doctor, your therapist, your psychiatrist. Anyone you're giving money to for a service is your employee. And what would you do if your employee was not doing what you expected of them? You would talk to them, right? Like a person. Because you don't want their money. You don't want to give someone money that's not doing their job right. And they should work with you, especially a therapist, because they should be listening, not just reacting. There's a difference. Grand mal clonic seizures really suck the headache after. Feeling a bit disconnected when you come out of it. Really? God. Do you remember your first one, Rude Dog? If this is like terrible to talk about, I'm just being medical. I tend to have I don't have shame about asking people about their medical maladies and diseases and whatnot because I am medically curious. I like to learn. So I'm never doing it to if anybody ever feels uncomfortable about talking about those things in chat, you never have to. I'm just a dead cat who's way too curious. Oh, you were born with it. So your parents saw it as a baby? Damn, that's crazy. So you've just had it your whole life. Wild. That's so cool that you work in it now, though. When I was going to therapy, I got upset that mine wanted to go bi-monthly because I thought she was dropping me. She had to explain to me that less frequent visits is a good thing, right? And see, that's what I'm saying. You just never know. You're technically paying them because they are smarter than you in terms of brain stuff. Ooh, pixelated. What kind of, are they big old sciencey looking books, or are they quick reads? Because I love reading about stuff like that. Tomatos, you're gonna make me cry. You guys encourage me to, I don't know, stream. Oh, you don't have her anymore? Probably because you guys moved, yeah. Wait, hold on. Are you paying the same amount when they reduce appointments? No. Nope. Less appointments should be... most therapists charge by the hour. They bill your insurance, and then your insurance bills you whatever's left over, if you have insurance. It's good therapy. When you own a restaurant and have 2 kids and 2 grandkids, getting out is good therapy. I have not been on a vacation in 2 years, and I'm starting to go fucking crazy. I was looking up flights the other day, and I could buy a round-trip flight to Greece right now for $700, and I'm tempted. I wouldn't be able to eat and I'd be sleeping on the streets, but I'm shaking. I need to get on a plane and get the fuck out. I usually travel all year. I'm usually on at least 8 flights a year, just visiting people and seeing the world, and I'm dying inside right now. It is cheap as hell. Dude, when I flew to Greece years ago, man, mind you, this was literally 7 years ago, it was, I think, $1,300, $1,400 round trip flight. About double the price. I had to stop because my insurance changed, and then she got full, and oh, boo. As long as you're not dying outside. I think they're warm this time of year. If I remember correctly, that one touches on it too. The therapist has a book she wrote as well that touches on it. Oh, dude, that's really cool. What a nice therapist. She's going to give them to you for free. Oh my God, she's not trying to make money off of you with her book. Whoa. A good person? Same, Judy. I'm literally I don't even know how to explain it. Cabin fever, I guess. I'm shaking. I need to get the fuck out of my country. I need to be around people that don't speak English, and I need weird food in my belly. Fast. My biggest fear is that I'm not going to get on the plane back because fuck America in the ass dry. And I do need to come back. I am not a citizen of Greece. I'm only a little Greek. Couldn't even do it if I wanted. Fuck. Get a passport. You don't have a passport yet, Knives? You should always have a passport, especially in this state of the world. Dude, free Ouzo everywhere. Literally every place I went, they just have Ouzo everywhere. You wanna cheers? Walk into a shop. They will fucking pour you a shot of Ouzo. It's crazy. It's just good to have a passport, though. Because then you can just do this, You can just, do it. I'd go with you. Fuck it. You haven't seen Greece, right? Fuck it. Greece is amazing. I haven't had a passport since I was 16. I keep it all the time. That's the same reason I keep a respiratory therapy license. I want to leave this country. Oh my God, Judy, where do they live? Probably Athens. You haven't? That's what I thought. I was just making sure. My brain's dumb. My doctor said at the rate I'm going, he may be writing a death certificate. Told me to take a month away from everyone and everything, even the wife and kids. Oh my God. Stress? Is it stress? My love, no. Oh my god, you have to. I mean, I've been traveling my whole life, and it's still, like, my favorite place I've ever been. Classy Greece excursion, dude. I'm down. As long as there's no crying babies or unvaxxed screaming white women clutching their pearls at me. Oh, no, I didn't see it. Fuck. See, that's why I was trying to catch up on chat. You guys are awesome. Thank you. Oh, the one, oh, breaking the habit of being yourself. Oh, I think I literally have this in my shopping cart. That title sounds insanely familiar. Breaking the habit of being yourself. I'm gonna write it down. I think that literally might be in my shopping cart right now because it sounds so familiar. Okay. Southern Ireland. Ireland's another place I've never been. I haven't seen Scotland or any of Northern UK. I've never been to Northern Europe at all. Like, the most north I've ever been to was Amsterdam for 24 hours. It was a layover. That was it. Everything I've ever done has been in the South because I like to be warm. Like, it's hard to imagine a vacation where you're cold the whole time, but I know there are places that are beautiful and cold. My Italy trip I booked right before COVID. Yep, that was TwitchCon EU was my big Europe trip right before fucking COVID. Italy's gorgeous though. I suggest Florence. I want to go to. I'd love to live in like Denmark or Sweden or Norway. Like, that's where I'd love to live. Ideally, if I had just infinite funds and could just pick up and go, I would. America's huge. Isn't that crazy, Sexcellent? Like, so many people are like, oh my god, you've never been to Europe? And I'm like, I may have, like, when I was younger, I may have never been to Europe, but I've been to almost all 50 states. Where the fuck have you been? Oh, born and raised in Washington, never left. Yuck. But you've been to Europe? Okay. Our country is enormous. Like, you can literally, like Sexcellent's saying, you can go from one coast to the other, and it's like a different species of human. It's crazy. I prefer the East Coast, but that's me. It's weird to me. It's so weird to me that people, like, you can, it's all one country. Like, you don't have to have anything to cross state borders. And like Europe, you need a passport. They're country borders. State borders, you can fucking drive anywhere you want. And most people have a car. Like, just fucking do it. I used to go on road trips all the time when I was a kid. Are you really pixelated? Seattle is my least favorite place. It's so goddamn pretentious now. But I'm glad someone likes it. When I was a platoon leader in Germany, our brigade did a week-long staff ride to the Netherlands to review the Battle of Bulge? Is that how you say it? They gave us Wednesday off. However, my battalion commander had a house there and made us go to his house instead of going to Amsterdam. Rude. Why? Took my own boat to Chicago via the Great Lakes, stopped in Mackinac City. Oh my god. Came home another month later, bought a motorcycle, and am taking jujitsu classes? Just got my first stripe. Dude, that's fucking awesome. I always wanted to do self-defense when I was a kid. I just had to learn how to punch people the hard way. It sucked. Someone the other day was making fun of the US for not having food culture. I had to explain to them that it's too big. We have all the food cultures, except the shitty ones. Like, no, you're not really going to find a Swedish restaurant often here because no one wants pickled herring, not even the Swedes. Like, for fuck's sake, we have all of it. We have so much culture in the US. The fuck? Go to New York City, there's like culture, you sniff and it's there. People are weird. See, and I honestly think that's someone who has never traveled. Only ignorant people say shit like that. It's weird. That's so ignorant to say. It's more of a question of values, to be honest, and I'm Canadian, so the cold doesn't really bother me. But yeah, I plan on moving there, which is why I want to study there, is to get an excuse to obtain residency. Absolutely. I keep my medical license simply because I know it makes me very valuable when I want to emigrate to a new country. Even though I'm American, they'll be like, oh, she's a registered respiratory therapist with clinical practice. She worked in a TB clinic, da-da-da-da. She worked at Johns Hopkins. Yes, you can emigrate to our country. You are of value. Because to be, as an American, you have to prove you're not just a piece of shit. Oh, God. There's not culture like the French or Italian. What? They've never been anywhere. Soul food, Creole, like go to Louisiana and tell me there's no French influence, for fuck's sake. Wow. Wow. It's so ignorant. People are so small-minded. Do they think that there's no racism here either? There ain't no racism in America. We're one country under one flag, God, and God is white. On that note, I need to pee. Let's take a break. Oh my god. It's sad to me because those people's lives would just be fucking blown apart if they just drive. Just drive somewhere. We have a lot of freedom in travel in this country. Barbecue, exactly, barbecue. I mean, drive from PA to Florida all the way to Louisiana and you will encounter 17 different barbecue. Different. I'm not talking a different flavored sauce. It's a different food. They all call it barbecue, but it is not the same thing. You know? It's so different. I mean, come on, Maryland and our crabs. That's not a food culture. Showing me another state that sits in their backyard and has a crab steamer and covers it in Old Bay and cracks it with their teeth. And is happy about it. Amen pie. Sadly. You like that twang? Thank you. I live in Casey. I'm pretty damn sure there's a food culture here. That's me. I'm in Denver thinking like, you mean all the legit delicious food cantinas around me that are owned, run by Mexican people of Aztec, descendancy because America stole Colorado from the Mexicans? That's not culture. It's not mine, but it's culture that I enjoy and thoroughly appreciate. Me too. Oh my god, pixelated vinegar and mustard base. I think that's the Carolinas. The vinegar and mustard base, correct me if I'm wrong, but those are my favorite too. I like the barbecue where the meat is dry and you like get the sauces on the side. You can pour it on top or you dip it. That's my favorite barbecue, and I believe that's Carolinas. That's my favorite too. Yep. I don't like sloppy sweet barbecue. Not my thing. Barbecue is arguably the only truly American food. It wasn't inspired by anything that was made from outside the US. It's heavily regional, and there's not really anything like it anywhere else that wasn't inspired by American barbecue. That's really cool. I didn't know that. Oh, NC is vinegar, and South Carolina is mustard. All right, I'm on the team NC. I'm a vinegar fan. Like, if I get barbecue around here and I see they have a vinegar sauce, that's what I'm going to get. Anytime. It's not vinegar. It just has a different flavor, and it's fucking delicious. And it tends to be, like, kind of like tart or spicy or something, like something to it. It's like acid. I think it's the acid of it that cuts the sweetness of the meat, and it's just so good. I want to go to Croatia really bad. I was actually just talking about that the other day with somebody. I've never been to Croatia. The only parts of the Mediterranean I've actually been to is Italy and Greece, and there's so much more. Yep, it's the acidity. Me too. And I'm a fan of anything like that, really. I'm gonna... Yep. Oh, SC is both vinegar and mustard. Upstate does mostly mustard and coast is mostly vinegar. Oh, that's sick. I forget that your state is very large. It is quite large. Thank you. Excuse me. All right, let's take a break. Stand up. Wash your minds of the nasty that I've filled it with today. Nipple pus and whatnot. And, oh my god, Pyroblade, good times unto you, my love. And I'm gonna go pee, because I gotta pee. I just gotta pee really bad, Pyro. I know. I don't have any coffee, so I've drank half of one of these giant things. And I think this is about as big as a bladder. Makes sense. I have to pee. So, quick break. Stand up. Stretch your dick muscles. Wash your brains. I'll wash my mind, but it's just gonna get filthy again in 5 minutes. Ike, why you gotta call me out like that, bro? Maybe. Interesting. So weird. I saw my own ads. I saw the ads. I ran. Very strange. Rod is blessed. Got my heating pad. Oh, good. Do you like my Vissy got this for me. I want to try to attach it to my seat so it covers my seat cover. I don't really have wall for it. You guys don't see any of my walls. I was trying to think of I think I had a couple games on my wish list that like went on sale today I wanted to look at. I was trying to think of a cool game we could play. Genova, I don't know. Rod, have you tried a force refresh of the page? I mean, I imagine he has, but... I'm looking at my wish list. It's huge. That's what she said. What came out? Oh, what kind of game is that? Oh, it's a city builder. Those are not fun to stream. I need more caffeine. That's like... You get more ads when you refresh? The fuck? I did not finish random yet. No, we could play more random. That game is creepy as fuck. I have not finished random. I think... Oh, we're about to walk into World 3. I'm scared. Should we play? Oh, you beat it? Oh my god, like... I mean, which beat? I don't know how else to say that. Am I actually hungry or is it currently munchies? Usually what I do if I don't know is I drink a glass of water. Or you can do the broccoli test. Does a piece of raw broccoli sound good? If not, you're probably not hungry. I play that game with myself. Or I just eat. Depends on if I have a good snack in the house or not. Beat the boss, Hades. Okay. I didn't want to say anything. Because I don't want to spoil it. Well, I mean, you know, it doesn't have to be broccoli if you hate broccoli, but you know what I mean. I like broccoli. Think of a thing that is healthy, like if you like carrots, if you like granola, I don't know. And if that doesn't sound good, like if you're just craving something, I don't know. I like broccoli. I'm weird, maybe. I love veggies. Oh! After a long break, I just went up and killed Daddy. Fuck yes. Feels pretty good when you get him for the first time. I'm all tied up. I love granola. For real. Granola is fucking tasty. I get this granola. I think it's actually grain-free. But it's made with coconut. Like shaved coconut. And it's like so fucking good. But if you eat too much, you will shit yourself. My phone just tried to talk to me. Pixelated, I have been known to take a head of broccoli and just rip it apart with my hands like a fucking animal. I'm a hit or miss on coconut. It depends on what it's in. I don't want it to taste like overwhelming of coconut, but I like coconut's texture. I don't mind coconut texture as long as it's not like fucking like just coconut flavor. A lot of things that have coconut in them, you know, they just become coconut. But I don't think it tastes like coconut because I usually get like peanut butter, chocolate, granola or something. Something inherently not good for me is what I usually get. I'm opening the game. Too much chewing. Oh, dude, you've never had dried coconut flakes then. They just fall apart. It's like butter. Like if you took a frozen piece of butter and put it on your tongue and chewed it, that's kind of what it's like. It just falls apart. It's not chewy at all. It's really weird. It's like, what could I compare it to? Yeah. Shaved coconut dry. You had it? It wasn't chewy at all. The stuff I had. The stuff I had literally like just pressing your tongue against the roof of your mouth and it would shatter. Like shaved chocolate, exactly. Yep, it's like shaved chocolate. Yep. That's what mine is like anyways. Because I don't want to chew forever. Fuck that. I don't want like some chewy bitch. Nah, this shit just like falls apart. It's delicious. It kind of reminds me of the cracker you get at a Catholic ceremony. Like not the flavor or anything. Just like the way it breaks apart. But yeah. Oh, Phoebe, body aches. Boo. Are you getting a cold? Pyro, I'm here for you. Just to torture you all day. Arby's. Yep. Yep. I saw that too. Yep. You could not pay me to do that. Oh, you got your booster. Boo. Body aches. I don't like that you have body aches. That is sad. let's play some more of that fucking creepy ass game. It's scary as fuck. So I move kind of slow in it, but it's cool. It's a controller game. So at least I'm comfortable. They sell D&D dice? What the fuck? You would drink it. That's insane. Like, for purpose? For purpose? On purpose? Yeah, I still have to. I haven't hit my 6 months yet. That's what I'm waiting for my booster. I don't know if I'd want to because I really like their curly fries. Like, would that vodka make it taste horrific for me for the rest of my life? You got your booster yesterday too, Void. Yeah, that's. I haven't heard terrible things about the booster. Really, Pulsar? Boo. See, I don't want it to taste like fries. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, will it ruin the fries? Because I don't want to eat the fries and think of vodka. I'm not like jonesing for vodka. I don't really drink, so. Boo. Where the fuck is my game? There it is. Lost in random. I got it. Oh, fuck. I hope it works. Last time it didn't. It acted really weird. 80s music gets my heart going. It's so good, though. It is cold outside. Man, so you guys, I've talked about how Lilith has a longer snout. Like, she has this, like, extra cartilage at the end that, like, bends around and is gooey and adorable. This one. Sorry. And, she runs her face into shit all the time. And I think it's because her depth perception is off because she's got just, like, that extra, like, centimeter-ish of nose. And I just called him inside from being outside, and I'm like, welcome back, Lilith. And I just did this with my hands, like, to the side of the door, and she just goes nose first into my hand. And I don't know if she's doing it on purpose. It'd be a self-abuse thing. I don't know what's happening. She's precious. Cheers, Mel. Are you smoking your homegrown right now? I gotta untangle this shit. Yeah, what is it? What strain? Left. Ooh, I've had Northern Lights. That's a really good strain. The one I'm smoking right now, actually, wrong mouse, is it's actually a dispensary here. Green Solutions sells mostly this one company called Green Dot, and my dispensary started carrying Green Dot, so I got some. It was a little expensive, but you know me, if there's something new, I have to try it once if I can afford it, and I had a lot of points. So it's 3.5 grams. It says, I'll just read the whole thing. It says a lot of things. So it looks like it's pretty cool looking. I really like the pot. I really love that they're doing these nice ceramic-y pots now because they're starting to recycle them again. They found some way to sterilize them so it's COVID safe. You know, they can recycle again, which, you know, I'm very pro. And these are really nice. I like this shape a lot. It's better than the, like, I don't have a square one. These ones, like square stuff, it's round stuff like this, they just don't, I don't know. This doesn't fit in anything. It's so tall and weird. That's the difference. Same amount of weed in both, by the way. This, I don't know if it's the brand new one, Miller. It's new to me, though. I just got it. Do I sound amazing? It is a Shure mic. It's the Shure, actually, it says it on it. It says model MV7. I don't think it's like the highest end one, but I had my AT 2020 for like 6 years and it finally just fried itself somehow. Did you know that anteaters can tear apart concrete? I did. I mean, I kind of, I've watched a lot of like animal documentaries about anteaters because they're fascinating. And I've seen them claw apart those termite mounds with their fucking like talons. Fingers, I guess. Are they nails, claws? I don't know what they technically are, but you know, sloths and anteaters have like those huge fucking like murdered nail fingers. They're basically Wolverine. There's a reason Wolverine is called Wolverine. It's like more affordable. Yeah, exactly. It was the more affordable one because, I mean, I think it sounds great. Does it sound really good? Thank you so much. It took a bit just with Go XLR to even it out, but I had to do nothing with this. This was a plug and play. I think it sounds nice. It sounds real. When I listen to the clips you guys have been taking and stuff, like that's exactly how my voice sounds. Whereas before, some mics, like, it's just slightly different. Like, enough that I know because it's me. Ooh. It's the MV7. It's the 7. I've had it for about a month, a couple weeks, a month. I don't know what that. Oh, I think I got hot glue on it or nail glue. Oh my god. It took foam out. It's fine. Don't look at that side. It's brand new. I'm very hard on things. I live hard. So yeah, I got this stuff from Green Dot. This is what it looks like. And it's called Reba Jam, which apparently is a strictly Green Dot strain because I could not find anything about Reba Jam that wasn't a Green Dot website, and they say nothing about the strain. Like, they'll tell you the genetics, but nothing about what it does for you or anything. So I have no idea. It says, so the top of it says Jilly 13 times I-95. And then it says tangerine and sour fuel. Weed people, you might understand that. I do not. It's 3.5 grams, says exclusive genetics, expertly grown exclusive genetics. There you go. That's why it's only Green Dot. Perfectly cured, hand trimmed. They all say that shit. 21st century hash plants. The fuck? This is, where are my glasses? In my bedroom. Wow. This is like, come on now. That is insanely small writing. It's not just because I'm blind. Thank you, David. Black label flower cultivars are selected and grown for their extraordinarily rich essential oils. The flowers in this jar were produced with meticulous care to ensure a powerful, flavorful smoking experience that burns clean and smooth to the very last taste. They're really selling it hard, aren't they? It says Reba Jam, THC is 19.85, no CBD at all. But yeah, it doesn't say indica, sativa. I mean, none of that really means anything anymore, as we've discussed previously, but that's all I get. I don't know. It's really good weed, though. I like it. It's smooth as fuck. And I like that I can actually open the container. Childproofing is false safety, let's be honest. But it's a really pretty weed. And that looks like a lot to me. Like, normally 3.5 grams, this, and I've already smoked a couple buds out of it. This is not full. That looks like a lot. I don't know. It's probably just lighter. Pretty weed, though. It smells like a fruit rind. It smells like an orange peel. Or like a grapefruit peel. Or a pomelo peel. It does, though. Schrodinger's weed. You know what the effects were upon consumption, seriously. I mean, I just like to read the stuff, like what they say. Especially if I'm streaming, I don't want to get a really strong strain that's going to knock me out while I'm streaming. I have accidentally gotten strains that are just something about them. Every strain's different, even if it says indica sativa, it doesn't matter. That make me just go boom, and I can feel myself like start to just power down. I don't want to do that while I'm streaming and hanging out with friends. Me too. Or berry strains. I'm a sucker for a berry strain. Indicas tend to be berry, like purple. What was the strain? The strain I got most recently that was purple was this. I don't think I have any left, though. Boo! It was called Waiting Game. Does it say it's an indica? Nope. It's pesticide free. It doesn't say. Shit. Very purple, though, and it smelled really good. This is what the jar looked like. I don't know if you guys have this. If any of you have this brand. What is the brand? Local Love, like LOCOL, like loco but local, kind of. I think that's the actual brand for it, but the containers are dope. I save all of them because I use these for like art supplies and stuff. They're just really nice ceramic reusable containers. Saber, what up, homie? Zerkles, how are you, love? Better late than never, Blueberry. Someone recently told me in chat they had a really bad experience with blueberry weed. I was sad. Was it blueberry or just like Blue Dream or something? It wasn't a blue strains. Chocolate lavender berries is my favorite combination. Mostly just the lavender berry bit. The chocolate, I feel like they just say the note smoothness, sweetness Yeah, I don't know if I've ever had a weed that reminded me of chocolate. That sounds like more of a coffee thing. But I don't know. It's possible. It was Fox. Blue Dream. I remember. And I'm sad for you. It was your first bad experience, right? I haven't had a bad. I mean, technically, I don't think I've had a bad experience. I've told you guys my first time ever smoking weed. But I don't think it was just weed. I think there were other factors involved. Oh, I love garlic bread. I love the smell of garlic. I saw a strain with the name Air Force One. Oh yeah, you'd be hard pressed to find a strain of weed that you'd be hard pressed to come up with a name that someone hasn't already named a weed strain after. There's so many. I mean, when's the I get new shit almost every time. I got new shit this week. I'll just tell you what I got before we jump back into this fucking creepy ass game. I got this is by Malix. See, all this packaging is interesting because look at this. This one, this one, this one, this one, all each hold 3.5 grams. The packaging options, however, I don't know. These are my least favorite because this is just pure waste. You can't recycle. I don't know if it's biodegradable or not, but I'm never going to do anything with a fucking bag. If I knew it came in a bag, I wouldn't have got it, but I ordered it online. I like these because I reuse all the pots. But yeah, weed is weird. Look at all me and my weed. Well, every time I go to the weed shop, I usually buy the max I can take home. So in the state of Colorado, you can take home an ounce total. Usually you don't get a full ounce because all the things are so weirdly portioned. You don't get to the limit. But that way I get a good discount. And this week I learned that if the Broncos are playing or something, I think it was the Broncos. Is it still football season? I don't know. I don't follow it. Yeah, it is. If the Broncos are playing, I get another discount. So I got all of it. Yeah, it's an eighth. They go by grams. Everything I've never seen, it's always, everything's in grams. Yeah. This one's Forbidden Melons. I love this brand because they always say funny things on them. Hand-grown, harvested, trimmed, and packaged in Denver, Colorado. In Veritas, we trust. Rejuvenate, refreshing, blissful, enlightening. Pairs well with dad's Playboys. Oh, Forbidden Melons. I get it. Boobs. It says it's Melonade and Forbidden Fruit and Skittles, and it's an indica hybrid, which really doesn't mean anything anymore. Sick. This one even gives you the terpene profile. myrcene, B-carophyllene, and osamine. Nerds, you weed nerds would love this brand. Veritas. That's what it looks like on the front. Veritas. Oh my god, this is a dime jar. Excuse me. This is not 3.5. But jars do come this size with 3.5 in them sometimes. You just never know. And then this also had 3.5 in it. This square big pot thing. Gravity, that's what I do once I open it. I haven't opened this, but once I open this, I dump it in one of the jars because I just don't like the bag. Yeah, if you buy weed like I do, you need to keep it in a cold area out of the sunlight. It stays better that way. Hail metric, amen. Until February. That's literally how I said yes. I was like, when is Super Bowl? February? Okay, yeah, it's still football. Oh, I know, David. Isn't it funny? I mean, I still have a bag of my skag weed. Have I ever showed you that to you, David? Yes, hold. Oh, it's down here. Yeah. So when I moved here, Eliza and I each bought an ounce for the drive because we didn't know if we'd be able to get weed as soon as we moved here. I didn't know if you had to have a Colorado ID or anything. But the moment we arrived, Zeke had already went and bought us a shit ton of weed. So we literally came home and there was like a fucking gourmet feast, as Zoe would say, laid out of weed for us, which he is absolute hero. Yeah, we got insanely high because of the altitude and lack of sleep. Really high. What was the strain? Oh my god, poltergeist. I'll never forget it. It was poltergeist, which is so fitting. Really. Can it be too old to smoke? Not at all. So if you keep it in an airtight area where it's dark and cool, weed can keep pretty potent for a pretty long time. I don't know the exact amount of time, but it's kind of crazy. It does lose some potency, obviously, with drying out. This is not going to be as good, but like, it still will get you a little high in an emergency. It just looks gross. I don't know exactly how much it loses, though. I wish we had one of our nerds here. Oh, really? Boo. I've never met a doc that doesn't participate. They make so much money on it. You could put it in the freezer as long as it can't get wet. So if you were going to put weed in the freezer to keep it for a long time, you want to like Ziploc, or not a Ziploc bag, but you know those things you use to like, I can't think of the name of them. They like laminate meat, vacuum seal. Yeah, that's the thing. They vacuum seal meat in because your freezer goes through cycles of frosting, defrosting, and getting cold again. And when it goes through a defrost cycle, if any moisture can get in with your weed, it's going to be ruined completely. 100%. Laminator. I always think of it as a meat laminator because that's what it looks like. My dad used to hunt, so we always had one. Oh, yeah, it's crazy. So this is my skag weed. So I've kept it forever because I'm in great supply. But you never fucking know when you're going to be just flat broke and you can't get anything and you're having an anxiety attack. And this has literally just turned to powder at this point. But this is my last remnants of... Wow, look at all that keef in there. At this point, it's literally just keef. But you can see, like, it wasn't terrible weed at all. It's just really fucking dry now. Like, really lightweight and dry. But nice little Ziploc baggie, the way it should be. I know. Oh, Maryland. I miss you. I keep it in another bag, like in a solid, like a opaque bag with this. The way it was. Flying circus monkey. I mean, is it dangerous? If there's no other reason for a cop to pull you over, really? Two young women driving with a paralyzed pug in a car full of moving things. They ain't pulling my car apart looking for less than an ounce of weed. You know what I'm saying? They're worried about semi-trucks packing weed across state lines, not Eliza and I. That's the old school way. And now, I mean, you get like these beautiful, and this honestly, like that whole bag probably weighs about 4 grams just because of how dried out it is. Whereas this is 3.5 of brand new, sticky fresh. It's just interesting because it's the same shit. I wonder how much, like, I'm so happy they're recycling these again because the amount they were probably spending on packaging for weed. Like, you guys have seen some of the packaging I've showed you guys for dabs and stuff. It's extravagant. They're putting them in ring boxes, you know? Seriously, Eliza? Oh my God, that's wonderful. David, I kind of like, there is something to be said. I do miss the weed culture before it was super legal. I miss that a little bit because when you go to the weed store, you don't see anyone like me in there. Like, you don't see people that you see in public and you're like, they probably smoke pot. It's like Nana and it's John Smith, the businessman from next door, and they're all just standing there on their phones buying weed. It's so weird. It is the most diverse crowd I've ever seen in my life. If you go into a weed shop here. Naughty Reaper, how are you? Just tell me you're a gardener, you deal with weeds all the time. I've driven across this whole country with at least an ounce of weed twice now. Never had any problems. But I don't speed. I don't excessively speed where it's not wise to. Like, I don't know. I follow general rules of the road. I don't know how, like, I hate to say it, but I'm white. If I was black, this would be a whole different story. They'll pull you over just because you are black. Have I mentioned I don't really like cops? during MJ BizCon, we were so busy. Really? That's so cool, though. Nana's seen some shit. Nana's real. Knives, I mean, they do it here to Mexican people because there's actually, like, they passed a really weird law in the Southwest. I know they did it in Arizona. I'm not sure if it's legal here, but I know they do it. They can pull you over if you're brown for, like, their reason is you could be illegal, and they can just ask to see all your identification right there on the spot. And if you don't have, like, 4 forms of identification as a brown person in Arizona, they can just take you in and assume you're an illegal immigrant. Actually, oh my God, before we start the game, I saw the saddest, I listened to the saddest fucking true story. I was, like, in rage tears alone at my desk the other night listening to this story. It was a young boy who was mentally challenged, almost on the edge of non-functioning autism, and he was brown. I don't even know if he was truly Mexican, but he was brown. And a cop accosted him on the street, asked him for all of his identification, and he could not verbalize that he needed help to talk to this cop at all. He was trying to walk home from, like, the gas station or something, and they deported him to Mexico. A very young, special needs human being for being a little bit more melanin rich than the rest of us, even us Jews. And then what Mexico did is confirmed he was not a Mexican citizen, so they deported him to Guatemala. He was found 3 weeks, I believe it was 3 weeks later, sleeping on a park bench, starved, alive, by police officers in Guatemala. And they finally were able to discover who he was and got him back home. He comes out the gate from his airplane in America and gets detained immediately for being brown and unable to communicate. This is a real story. What the fuck? I won't rage cry again because I've processed it. That's America in a nutshell. Don't catch you slipping up. Dude, fresh hellish nightmares, like, I couldn't have worded it better. I was just like fury sitting here, like, absorbed. I believe it was one of the late night guys talking about it. I think it was last week tonight, I believe. And Zach came out after his work and he's, like, buzzed off of stream, you know, and he's popping and he's all energetic and he's like, "What's dinner? What are we doing for dinner?" And I just turned towards him and, like, I was purple and I knew tears were just, like, running down my face. And I was like, "I'm watching a really emotional story right now." And he just, like, fear backed away from me. Not a word. It's just, America is a fresh hellish nightmare right now. You know what I'm saying? And it's, right, Music Man? Like, I just, what do you say to that? Barilla, 100% agree with you. I still think about that constantly. Like, why isn't that real? Cheers. Cheers that he did get home. Like, after he was detained, they dug up his identity somehow at the American airport finally. But can you imagine the psychological trauma of this poor child? I say child because I believe his mental otherness, I don't know how to word it, really was that he was he stopped aging mentally at a certain point. So he was like a child. Sick. This is why I say I don't like cops. How can you even join an institution that does shit like that? You can scream all day that you're a good cop, but at the end of the day, you're still part of that. Cheers. Music Man, we all gotta work and make money. Everybody has to. I mean, technically, dude, I've been crying about this for a couple days now. I am the enemy of the world right now because the world is considering that social media, especially if you are a semi-attractive female on social media, I am destroying the minds of young children just by existing. So, I feel you. We're being fucking taken down. Like, I am horrible because I'm not a troll and I'm on the internet. Like, that's it. I have no control over these erroneous people in the world who apparently convince themselves they have to look like me, and it's ruining them. Like, we are that social media. When you say social media is poison, like, that's me. I am the female on social media, posting pictures of myself that I feel make me pretty because I want to feel good about myself, and sometimes I think I take a nice picture. But if that's ruining the world, like, what are you gonna do? I'm still here, you know? Sly, thank you. I hope to fuck there's no little girl out there thinking they need to look like me because A, no. This is genetics. B, also really good camera angle, lighting, all that jazz. It's all just an illusion. You don't see the bad parts of anyone's lives. Thank you for that resub. I love you. I was repacking my bowl a little. Did Chad ever talk about the Zodiac Killer? We haven't really talked about murderers in general. I don't think. Ooh, I did read a book to chat, though, about the, oh god, what was she called? It's behind me. Hell's Princess, which was the Indiana woman who would, like, put out marriage ads in papers and lure men to her farm and then, like, kill them and steal their money. It's crazy. Can't remember her name, though. Wow, it's weird. I can't remember. Rachel or something? Kate, how are you? I have Ethical Slut. I'm so torn on what to read on stream. For a while there, I was making sure it was okay. And as long as you give credit to the author where credit's due and you make sure that's very known, there's actually a whole category on Twitch to read. And I love reading with you guys. I love breaking down sick-ass books. There's some gross ones out there. I need chapstick. Where's the chapstick? Look at this new chapstick I got. It literally looks like a tiny vibrator. How much you want to bet ladies be rubbing that bean with this? It's so hot for my leg. Gross. Bailey? I don't know who that is. No, I don't think so. Is it a YouTuber? Tiger King's arch enemy? Mm-hmm. No, as long as you give credit. It's fine. There's a category for it. I looked it up. I looked in TOS and everything. As long as you're not, like, bashing an author, ripping it apart, claiming it's yours, like, you know, it's considered a performance. Ooh, murder. Oh, I'm gonna have to look them up. Bailey? I'll remember that. That's my niece's name. Graham. Oh my god. 35 months. I still can't believe I'm still streaming and supporting myself off this income for that long. Thank you guys for believing in me. My hometown's semi-famous for the pizza bomber bank robber. I don't have a hometown. Washington's just famous for having a lot of serial killers. Like, Washington has a lot. I don't know if it's the most. I think there's some statistic out there. It's high, though. We have a lot of crazy, like, just a history of serial killers. It's weird. My theory is it's because there's so much crazy open land that you can just, like, I don't know exactly how much. I would say probably at least a third of Washington State is completely uninhabited. Just fucking go up there, throw your bodies. You'll be dead by the time they find them. Did you not get my message this morning? My Wi-Fi router went out last night. Probably because I woke up to all my doors open. Still pretty creeped out about that. But my message might not send. I'll send it to you. Let me make a note. I'm just gonna write your name because I know who you are. I love having post-it notes next to my desk. I don't know why I didn't do this years ago. Right? Like, my hometown, which like the school district of my hometown and like the taxes and like where you say you live encompassed maybe 3 different counties of the state. Huge counties of Washington. And the population was only 1,300 people and 1 police officer on at any given time. You can get away with anything out there. I'm surprised they're not. I mean, I'm sure it's going on right now. Like, who knows? Crazy people are everywhere. Cheers to 426 to my Central. Yes, Central, right? No, East Coast. East Coast. East Coast. I'll get it someday. Don't even worry about it. I'm like queen of doing everything last minute. I actually work better under pressure. It's weird. Oh, it's totally fine. Three Central. Thank you. I don't know why. I think my brain just doesn't function the way to remember time zones. I've been streaming for almost 8 years. Too many people in many different time zones. We talk about it every day. I still can't figure them out. I don't know.
Welcome to the class hall.
Oh my god, is that the Alchemy? Like the recently partnered Final Fantasy streamer, Alchemy? Who fits right here? I would like super love to meet you one day. King County is a scary place. See, I lived in all the counties where things are still happening and not being caught. Like there's an entire town called Onion Creek, and everybody's related to each other. Like it's seriously actually inbred. Like I'm not making a joke about hillbillies. It's inbred. They're all homeschooled, like religiously homeschooled in a dangerous way, and they have to come down into town to like go to Christian meetings and shit. And who's the brother, sister, uncle? You don't know. I don't know. Twitch needs a personal development growth category. Oh my god, what would that be like though? It'd be girls in hot tubs again, or like guys showing how big their boners get. Now stop it, daddy brother. Stop. Oh, oh. Sorry. Wow. Anyways.
Welcome to the class hall.
I love banjo. Fun fact, my biological dad made a banjo that's gorgeous. Pearl inlays and everything. He was kind of a psycho like I am, but he was a drunk, so he died. But she still has it, and it's like gorgeous. I love banjo. No hate. Not the but I do like banjo. Nyan Tentacles with a fucking resub.
Bitch, thank you for the resub. I love you.
You know, David, I keep trying to find an app for my phone that would give me time zones, but none of them work the way they say they're going to, and it drives me nuts. Vissy.
Hello, you B.
How's Vissy doing? Oh my god, Enumclaw? Did you know that my my car insurance when I still lived in Washington when I was going to school there was literally, it was called like the collective of Enumclaw or something like that? Literally, I'm not even kidding you. And every time I had to open up my wallet and see my insurance card, I was like, horse fucker, Mr. Hands. Oh god, did it fit? Nobody knows. Oh no. I just want something easier, Mark. Like I don't want to go to a website all the time. Like I would like to just like, you know, the home screen of my phone has nothing on it except my time and my weather. I could fit like 7 different countries on my home screen. Why won't it let me? I would love that. Then I can literally just turn my phone on and I'm like, "Oh my god, look at all the times." But no, all I get is Denver. That's what I want. I know how to get time zones. That's what I want. Your lip busted. Oh, is it bad? Oh, you found Harley? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Wait. This is serious. Miniman lost his precious babe, love of his life, earlier. Wet and shaking and really, really hungry. Oh my god. She was 5 blocks away hiding in a trash can. I'm gonna cry. Is she okay? Did you like make sure to check her body and stuff? Just like, you know, pinch her pits, make sure she doesn't have a cut or an ouchie. Oh no, baby girl. Oh, I'm sorry. I'll stop anything for an aminal. She's fine. Okay. Oh God, oh my God. I'm so relieved. I'm seriously like, it's fine. I won't cry. I'm so happy. Sarah, hello, my love. I'm planning a late getaway. I need to plan one with you. These pups need to play together. You know, we were talking about that this morning, Vissy, just that I need a vacation. I need to leave. An Android clock app will show you your time zones. Seriously. Do you know what it's called? Did you already say it probably and I missed it? Because I'm me. I'm so fucking happy. Thank you for giving us an update, Miniman. I would have had nightmares. You can tell she was scared. She does not even mind that Marley's in the room. That's because she's got dad, and you're probably like safety. That's how my animals have always been. Like, if one runs away, like, you are safety, not the house. It's you. You're the person. So, like, honestly, the fact that you're there is probably everything for her right now. I'm so happy you found her. Our baby Harley. She is the most beautiful. I believe she's called a tortoiseshell. She's gorgeous kitty cat, but that's Miniman's fucking life partner. That's his Millie. And she went missing this morning, and I'm so happy. Or was it this morning? I don't even know. I don't even care. I'm so happy she's home. If she's not chipped, will you promise me you're gonna get her microchipped, please, for just my sense of my heart. 4 days. I hate it. I knew it was gonna be longer, and I hate it. Yeah, exactly. Just the one that comes with the OS. I can add more to it. Oh, I'm gonna have to fuck with that later. I'm not very familiar with Android, so if that's possible, I'll be fucking with that later because that would be so nice. Just because, like, I have so many friends who do not live here that I talk to, and it's exhausting figuring it out. I'm gonna fuck with that later. Thank you for telling me that. Not the weather. That's not what I want. I want the clock. Get out of here! I'll fuck with it later. Now I know you can. Same app you set alarms with? Ooh. Interview for something remote? Oh my God, Vissy, that's so exciting. We'll have to celebrate. Celebrate new jobs. Saber, I've been to Germany. It was wonderful. Germany is very expensive. Like, one of the most expensive countries I've ever traveled to, actually. Like, on par with America. I usually go places like, Thailand or something where it's $2 a night for a 5-star hotel. 7 years, I've had Harley. I was going crazy. I can't. Yeah, I know. I would have. I mean, literally, like, Millie's entire fucking life. That was my worst fear, is that she would get out the door and go missing. I'm just so happy. I'm so happy for you. You can add other clocks to it. Oh my God. See, this is something I would have not known. Thank you guys. I'm glad I brought it up. Because these are little things that, like, they're just tiny life improvements. They're not, like, vital to my life, but that's going to be really nice. There's a guy here who is ad bag. What? He goes and gets tested for COVID like 6 times a month just to get out of work. Well, oh, he's a D bag. I get it. Douchebag. He is a bag of dirty, infected vaginal fluids or anus fluids. Is refusing the vaccine because he wants to get out. What? And his managers don't even count him as a worker. Why don't they just, like, lay him off? German food is amazing. I suggest getting Schweinhaxen. Schweinhaxen, I believe is what they call it. Don't ask. Just get it with potatoes. Military's kicking him out. Thank fuck. Did the military pass a vaccination mandate? I would invite you, but my 1 room plus kitchen and bath does not support 3. I love a good floor. I'm just saying, I don't take up a lot of room. And I can also, like, because I'm mostly legs, I can curl up quite small. I'm kind of like my dogs. Like, they're tall and huge, but they can get very small. Reese is pushing 70 pounds. He's going to be trick size, dude. You're going to have a solid boy. Miniman. Oh my God, is it her all wet and sad? Am I going to cry? Should I look at them later? I'm so happy she's okay, but I don't. Oh. I'm just so happy she's home. Cats going missing, like, is just a So scary because people don't care, you know? People will just be people and ugh. Ugh. Where did you put them? Not wet. Okay. It's not like her like shivering in a trash can, right? Not that she's not beautiful shivering in a trash can. She's beautiful all the time, but I would cry. Yeah, I'm waiting to get my booster too, I know. I got my flu shot though. Thank fuck. Oh my god. She's even more pretty than I remember. How? Is this her right now? Or is this just a beautiful picture of our girl? This is Harley, just so everyone knows. Benjamin and I have been friends for as many years, so I've got to see Harley grow, which is pretty fantastic. But can we just. My heart. Please get her microchipped, please. She's perfect. You're a perfect kitty. And we would all die for you. Did you know you're internet famous? No, but you're perfect anyways. Ooh, 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 ooh. Star Malade? I've never had that before. She's gorgeous. Yeah. Is this a tortoise shell? I believe that's just what you call it. It's kind of like a messy calico, or like a calico with no white, right? Because I don't think she has white on her body. She's gorgeous. She's like those kitties that are like in between short hair, long hair. So she's not like she doesn't have a huge floof ball body like a Norwegian forest cat or something like that. But she's gorgeous, and she's been missing, and now she's home with dad. And we're gonna get her microchipped, and she'll be safe forever because my heart can't take it. She's so beautiful. I don't want to cry. She's so pretty though. I'm so happy. I'm just so happy she's home. I can't take it. Animals deserve the world. Does she shed like fucking crazy? Yeah, it's those fine, beautiful hairs, but that's what makes her so soft. Poor baby. I wonder what happened. I wonder, did you guys have like a storm recently that would have scared her? Because I've had cats get out of the house when a storm happens. Like they just get crazy. They can crawl up a wall, and get out a random something. Like a marble, yeah. Yeah. Whereas calicos are more like defined. She's so beautiful and pretty and sweet, and I just love Harley. My heart. I'm so happy she's home. Sorry guys. We had to. We had to celebrate. You know me and my animal family. I will cheers now with everybody. I know everybody was cheersing. I'm cheersing to it now. I didn't want to cry and cheers because that's a mess. Ooh, does she like getting her furs brushed? All my cats have always loved getting brushed, but I've always brushed them since day one, so they just love it. I'm so happy she's not hurt. Because, like, that's why I asked if she was fixed, because boy cats are crazy. I don't need to tell anybody. A tomcat, like a horny ass tomcat out on the streets, they'll fuck a girl cat to death. Like, rip her neck open in the process. Like, they're insane. And a poor, unfixed lady kitty that's an indoor kitty her whole life out on the streets. Aw, man. That'd be like seeing, like, Trick trying to live in the wild. Like, that's just not gonna happen. He'd be like, Bob, where the food bowl? Marley was excited to see her walking around the house and barked, "Oh my god, I'm gonna cry." And freaked out and ran outside when the door was open. Oh. Not gonna cry. Just so happy. For being a stone cold bitch. I got a lot of feelings. Oh my god, Vissy, I was literally just telling Mel, apparently there's a new game pack or whatever, new content that came into the game that's amazing. Melioriated. Did. He's who I used to play with all the time. So yes, if you want to, yeah. If you want to join us, I would love to. I love that game. Don't tell me what it is. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. I want to be surprised. Don't tell me. I won't look at chat. Don't tell me. Rock and Bone. I forgot to tell you my dad found my blankie and Switch. Only took them from May till now to find it? Jesus Christ. Where was it? I know you wouldn't. I say it for anyone new in chat that doesn't know my strict policy on spoiling things. We have so little to be excited about anymore, you know what I'm saying? Like, everything comes out in pre-release, everything comes out in beta, like nothing's a surprise anymore. The commercials give away the best parts of movies, like, it's just annoying. My cat's a tortoiseshell and white calico mix. She has solid white patches, but her colors, oh, bitch, is pretty. And no, she does not like her hair brushed. Really? How do you, like, does she get mats? Oh my god. I used to have a cat that would get horrible mats, and I had to cut him out because I think we adopted her more as an adult, so she wasn't used to brushing, and she hated it. Oh my god. She'd, like, do that cling to your arm and then kick your arm raw thing that cats do. Dude, Vissy, seriously, like, half the movies nowadays, all the best parts are in the trailer. The rest of the movie was filler, and you're just like, okay, I guess I have context now. Thanks, I guess. I forced her to get brushed. That's kind of good because the mats are terrible. They can get infections and, I don't have to tell you. That's like my boyfriend's cat. He's an asshole. I grew up with farm cats, indoor, outdoor kind of cats that moused basically. And so they were like nice until they didn't really want to be nice anymore. And then they were feral bitches. But they were cool cats. You don't know where they were? Oh, I would have asked. Why does hype sell? What's hype? It's all about creating hype. I got way more hype out of an ad in a magazine than I ever do from trailers nowadays. Like, if anything, trailers have given me great music to look up. Like some of those Gears of War trailers had really bad, like the one that had the cover of Mad World. Was it a cover or was it the original? I think it was a cover. But it made me go listen to the original again. I was like, oh, I love that song. That's all I get from it. Like, I don't know. Your imagination and wondering and like fantasizing about whatever you're looking forward to is always going to be better than what they give you. No, Sarah, but I literally got an email during stream today that I have something in my UPS box, and I bet that's what it is. Because I haven't ordered anything, so I'm excited. You don't sell a trailer by showing the worst parts of the movie. I guess. But do you have to show all the best parts, or maybe make more of your movie better? Mickey! Good morning, love. How are you? I had pasta last night, and it had cooked mushrooms in it, and I thought of you. It was lobster mushroom. Then you have my cat that literally looks like a black and white cow. Oh my god, I love, like a tuxedo cat with a bald belly because stress licking, poor baby. Oh, does he get like, I used to have a pug that did that. Does he get like irritated skins? No, sorry, I'm excited because I know you sent that a while ago. I've literally been watching for it. Trust me, I'm on it. Campaigning as hell, Katie. Yes. I've never done it, but I have heard. The trailer will usually spoil the entire movie, right? I think in the trailer, like the trailer that came out before The Last Jedi literally had Luke screaming the last line of the movie, I will not be the last Jedi. Spoilers, the movie's terrible. Yep. Mine was a puppy pug. He was only like 2 years old, and I used to have to take like a golf ball size thing of Vaseline and just Vaseline his inner thighs because he'd just lick himself raw. And it was like a anxiety thing. And then I took him to the vet, and the vet's like, oh, he's allergic to everything in the entire world. I was like, what? Purebreds, man, they're fucked up. Don't do it. Gonna get coffee and cat treats. If you can, if she's okay with it, I would love for you to transfer some snuggles and some little scritches from me in the holes to our dear Harley. I'm just so happy she's okay. I'm so happy. Seriously. I mean, I don't know why I keep saying seriously. I don't know what else to say besides cry. Directors really don't have control over what goes on in a trailer. Ooh. David works in the industry. This is interesting. So, directors don't really have control over what goes into the trailer. It's usually done by a marketing department. Why is it always marketing that ruins everything we love? And they have different priorities than protecting the integrity of the movie experience. Absolutely. I learned all about marketing when...
Go, Pikachu. Come out. I'm gay.
Fohammer_419 tipped $5. Zuckerberg gave me early access to the metaverse and I'd suggest staying away. Meta scans your brain and uploads boner pill ads directly to your skull. Imagine old school flash ads but in your head, and everyone is a furry avatar with giant cocks or udders.
I don't see a problem. Sounds kind of fun. I wonder what kind of big-dicked furry I would be in everyone else's contact lenses. Shark. Cat. A bear. An ostrich. A giraffe. Pointless horns. I love you, Zoe. Spiders don't have dicks. That's the saddest part about all my spider love. They, like, ooze semen out their butt onto their hands and then punch their lady pregnant. It's crazy. They are the ultimate fisters. I love elephants. From Monster Quest. I love spiders. I love all my spiders. They're so cool. The more you know, Kate. I am a wealth of pointless knowledge. They have boxing gloves of sperm, literally. And they literally, like, when a male tarantula molts to be his final molt, like he's gonna fuck or die, or yes, his front legs actually develop a tibial hook right on their elbow right here, right on one of the joints. And that hook is to hold the female away while they punch fuck her so she doesn't eat them, which she usually gets away with anyways because they're way bigger. One of my spiders molted out to be a boy recently and he won't eat or anything and I hate it. I'm only here for the spider. I'd punch you preggers any day, Zoe. Any day. Spoot Story, tell me. We're never going to play this game. It's because I love you guys. You're more interesting. Changed my mind. Got a beer for friends instead. Aw, cheers. Our baby. I'm so happy she's home and okay. Kyler tried to save a spider instead of killing it. Oh my god, he's evolving. But he lost it. I guess the bathroom? Oh my god, across his office. And now he won't go into that bathroom. That spider is probably so scared it's out of the house now. Seriously, I wouldn't lie. That spider knows that that is a terrifying place now and is probably long fucking gone. If like there's, you know, any fucking gap under a door, anything, if you have opened that door, that spider is fuck out of there. Like, even if I disturb one of the holes of my tarantulas, they'll make a new hole. They're like, fuck that, you touched it. I'm so happy, though. Tell Kyler I'm very proud of him. It's not fair to think you can murder things just because you have a fear. It is the mind killer. Oh, I'm so proud. Some of the movie industry is about money, yes, and it is an important part. These things are more expensive endeavors, even on a small scale. So you do need the salesman, but the majority of the people producing the entertainment are really not about getting paid. Oh, I would hope not. I mean, I would assume, like, in my mind, the movies that come out that are good probably have a more passionate team that's not up in the dollars. Methinks. You know, like there's some movies that come out and you're pretty sure they only came out because they were able to afford like Angelina Jolie on the cover or something. And that's the only selling point. I love seeing a new movie come out that's like an indie movie and I don't recognize one fucking actor. That's my favorite. I'll hit that fast. Bessie, I'm so proud, seriously. A lot of people have sent me messages like, I just have to let you know, Katie, like, I don't kill spiders anymore. You have no idea what joy that brings me. Why? Why do we have the right to murder things just because we're afraid of them? Really, if you think about it, it's kind of asinine. Not to shame anybody, but when you break it down. It be like that. It's true. Things with passion behind them, like true passion, are always going to turn out better. I talked to a tattoo artist about this recently when I was getting my tattoo done. And I asked him, I'm like, what's your opinion on, oh my God, Psycho, I'm going to open this link before I forget. What's your, oh, I've seen that. I'd be that. Is that considered a furry? Can I be that? But with short hair? The unknown, yes. Being educated is the root of getting rid of fear, unless it's obviously like a true phobia. Seriously. June only went with part 2 when they were sure they were rolling in cash, which is sad because I think part 2 inherently is going to be better because it's all the action.
Welcome to the
I forgot what I was saying. Damn it. Fuck. C-Town.
My homeboy! For real though, what up in the rainy state? How you doing, Lola?
Oh, my tattoo artist. Thank you so much, Knives. I was talking to my tattoo artist and I said, like, just an opinion. Like, what is the overarching opinion? Because he's lived so many places, worked in all over the world, worked in all these different studios, met all these amazing artists, tattoo artists. And I was like, how do you feel if someone comes to you with art from like an artist they found online and they just they've picked you to just trace and copy versus coming to you and asking for your art on their body? What's your opinion on that? And literally, he said the overarching opinion is a piece that's actually created by your tattoo artist is always going to be better because they're going to enjoy making it more. And that was pretty simply put. I was like, no, that absolutely makes sense. You don't have to break it down any more than that. You're always going to enjoy doing something you got to make more than, trace and copy. Hi, Mandel. How are you? It's hard to get people to go see a movie, and a movie star is actually a pretty big seller. Very much so. I believe it. We can all pretend that we're all about the artistry, but when you find yourself in the multiplex, most people make safe choices and go see the movie with the name they recognize. Man, I don't talk to people enough. I'm going to assume you're correct. It sounds absolutely like I know people very personally who, if a certain actor is in a movie, they will refuse to see it. Like, they will stomp their foot like a child and be like, I won't see it. I don't like him. And I'm like, hey, peace. I let my artist drop all my ideas and I generally just let him do his own thing. That's what I've always done, but I've never had like like, I need to have this thing on my body. Like I'm usually like, I'd like to have a tattoo on this portion of my body, and then randomly on Instagram, I find an artist I like. And that's it. And then I give them that portion of my body. Because I like to have that artist's art on my body, I guess. But that's just me, like, no shame. But it was a cool conversation to have with an actual person who's met so many people. Yep, Vissy, same. That's my leg with my new artist here in Denver. I let my artist, yep, I already read that nog. I apologize for repeating myself. We got the Pineapple Express coming through town for a few days. We'll be about 2 inches of rain and possible flooding. Jesus Christ. Weren't you kind of in a drought, though? People do that? Most people do that, yes. Especially people that don't use social media. Like, how else would you even know about an artist? Like, think about it. People that are into like, I use Instagram constantly. Hate it if you will. I really like looking at pictures instead of words and people's mood. That's just me. But like, I follow the hashtag of tattoo, so I'm like constantly being inundated with really cool artists and their art. But most people go, I really want to get a tattoo. End of discussion. So they just like find an artist on the street and bring in a picture. Because they don't, how else do you find that shit? I don't really know. Unless you're walking into tattoo parlors. My whole sleeve started with a single photograph and my artist collaborated with me. I love doing that, yeah. I think it's fun. I watch movies based on director. I've done that before. You know what I really wish, David, is, I was going to say this before I forget. I really wish there was a way to categorize movies by sound. And that makes no sense to most people. But I'm very a sensory person, very much so. Like, if I'm anxious in any way, a loud, abrasive movie is just going to be like banging my head against a wall. I wish I could like search for like quiet films, calm films, films with beautiful scenery, beautiful music. Something like that, like the mood maybe. Because there are a lot of times I get completely fucked. I'll put on a movie that looks really calm and beautiful, and all of a sudden it's like blasts me with an explosion or something, and now my heart rate's in my face. And it's just me. I know it's me, but I wish I could do that. Instead of genres. Genres don't mean anything anymore. I think murder's funny. What's the comedy section? Nobody knows. I love black and white and musicals. I watch a shit ton. That's pretty much what I was raised on, Knives, because I didn't have TV. Rogers and Hammerstein, black and white musicals. Legend is so good. I have that movie on my computer downloaded. I love that movie. I'm gonna get my sleeve done. Unfortunately, not from the original artist since he passed away. Oh my god. Sad. I hope it was painless and quick. I love indie movies too. I watch tons. Yeah, it's pretty much what I'm into. Fucked up films with chill sounds. A24. Is that a movie? A24? Is that a thing? There are plenty of things that will make me want to see a movie more, but some of the most fun movies I've seen are ones that are objectively bad.
Welcome to the class hole.
Gamer, me too. A game with good ambiance will win me any day. If that game has annoying boppy music, I just literally can't. I'll mute it. It makes me icky. Like, I'm so sensitive to everything around me. Like, I need to be able to control my environment when I'm doing stuff like that, you know? Like, being surprised by a bomb in a movie where all of a sudden the volume is 50 times more than you wanted it to be, that's not a fun time. I hate it. Don't do that to me. Kelly G, I haven't had a relationship last this long.
Baby, Satan's been there since day one. How dare you?
Thank you for that resub. How about another 43? Let's go for double or nothing. I have friends asking me about tattoos, and someone told me they respected that I suggested someone that wasn't my artist because I knew my artist for the style he wanted. That's really cool. Yeah, every tattoo artist is. I mean, they're an artist. At the end of the day, a tattoo artist is an artist, and every artist has kind of a style. Most artists, I would say, kind of have a style or a feel to their art. They're just using your body as a canvas. And like, would you go up to Michelangelo with like Leonardo's painting and be like, "Yo, could you copy this?" But like on my leg? I wouldn't. I can see how it's insulting. One of my friends knows an app that can let you find movies that are similar to those you like. See that? I wish, Music Man, I'll try it. I wish that would work for me. But it's kind of like almost the mood of the film is what I wish I could look up. Like movies like Amelie, I love that movie, but it is so hard to find a movie that gives you that same just happy but gentle feel. You know? A soft movie, if you will. I mean, I've seen movies that are literally based on murder, and they are like, if you've ever seen the movie Stoker, that's a wonderful movie to watch if you don't want to have something loud on. And the entire movie is about fucking murder. Like, it's about a man who murders his brother when he's like 11, his like infant brother, like he's crazy. And it's like a genetic thing passed down in their family, but it's very quiet, very aesthetically pleasing. It's beautiful. There's beautiful music played in the whole thing. Like, it's a wonderfully pretty movie. Totally murder, like gross murder, very visceral. But it sounds nice, soft, I guess. Nothing abrasive. I don't know how to say that. Like, at the end of the experience, I'm looking to have a good time, is all. Cats was terrible, but awesomely terrible. Oh my god. Zach's tweet about Cats was better than anything. Oh my fuck. Legendary. A24 is a production company that does amazing films. Oh my god, I love all those films you just named. Okay, I'm writing it down. Witch is another one. If you're ever feeling like just down in the weather, like you don't want to have some loud, abrasive movie going on, put on Witch. Yes, it's fucked up. Like, baby getting mushed up in a mortar fucked up. But very calm, atmospherically pleasing, pretty, quiet. Great movie. Totally murder. You know what I mean? So you can't like look up like feel-good movies because chances are that shit's going to have a lot of top 20s pop music in it that's going to be very loud and annoying. And that's not the feel-good I'm looking for. All right, A24, I'm writing it down. Production company. Thank you for the suggestion. Tip of the day, don't trust third-party batteries. Spent all afternoon. Oh, God. This is actually extremely good advice. Never use third-party batteries ever. They will explode and burst inside of your thing. Dildos with battery acid leaking out of them are a bad idea. Spent all afternoon getting my phone fixed due to the third-party battery yesterday. It was cheaper to get an Apple battery replaced than what I paid for third-party battery. That's something we learned in the hospital because, believe it or not, half the equipment we use in the hospitals are run by AA's and AAA's. But we use strictly like Energizer and Duracell, period, end of story. Because those off-brand shits can leak battery acid and the result could be a dead person. I watch Coco so many times a month. Oh my God, Miller, stop it. I'm so glad I'm not the only one. I watch Coco a stupid amount of times. Like, all the time. Require May. Ex Machina was insane. That was a mindfuck movie, but I loved it. Oh my God, you watched it in IMAX? That'd be intense. Ooh, Yoshi, thank you. About that stuff, I just do visuals. It's all part of the same thing, though. And I'm sure, like, don't you work with other members of other teams so you kind of get a little bit of that knowledge? I would assume. As a respiratory therapist, like, you pick up shit from nurses and doctors and entomologists and all these weird, not entomologists, that's bugs, endocrinologists, all the time because you're just with them, you're among them. Makes the brain feel good, right? I don't know what it is either. There's nothing in that movie that, like, even the Frozen movies, I can't watch those sometimes because there are songs in them that drive me nuts. I don't like them. They've got, like, and it's usually fucking Kristoff singing them, unfortunately. Sorry, Kristoff, you were unnecessary in that movie. Bye, Pyro, I love you. I gotta write this down. A24, right? I'll never do it. ADD is strong today. A24 production company. I'm gonna make sure I'm writing it down right. Yep. How do you guys write your fours? Do you write them open-topped or closed-topped? Company. Open-top? I write them closed-top, and I don't know why, but I remember my first respiratory job ever that I got, first day, I was sitting there and I was writing, like, we get report every day. So you have a sheet with all your patients you're gonna have for the day, and you write down basically what the respiratory therapist during the day shift or night shift, whatever you're opposite of, recorded during that day so that you can make sure that person's staying regular or getting better or whatever. So I'm sitting there writing and I wrote down a 4 and she goes, "The way you write your 4s, we will be friends." And that was it. She was like a 57-year-old woman with children older than me. It was very strange. Been very, very conscious of how I write my 4s ever since that moment. Was that a dog or a person that just went behind me? How high am I? Closed is easily mistaken. Mine's a sharp close, though. I'll write a 4. I do like a... I wouldn't say that looked like a 9. I wrote 49. What? Oh, Lilith is kind of flesh-colored. But I wrote a 4 like that, and she got all weird on me. When they tried to do my IV this morning, they tried it in my right wrist near the base of my thumb. Here? And she said, that shouldn't have happened. And now my right hand hurt. What? For an... I'll text you. Long story short, it sounds like she hit a valve and she literally stabbed open a valve. So it's going to swell and it's going to hurt for a bit. Don't be surprised if you have a weird lump there tomorrow. Like it looks like there's a ball under your skin. What? An IV in your elbow? What is going on? Chaska Tunes. Oh my god, are you an RT? Stop it. Do you still work? I do this full time now because I worked at Hopkins and unplugging people every day was horrific. RT Power, what up? My people. I'll text you. It's happened to my mom. When she went in, I think she was when she had breast cancer. They went through a vein on top of her hand because she's really, really veiny, like, older women hands, her veins are popping out. Busted. Just got partnered and want to quit. It's exactly what I did. Oh my god. Feel free to crawl into my DMs if you ever want to talk. That's literally exactly what I did. This is much more fun and pays better sometimes. Uh Wow. This must be a common thing. Once you graduate, you're like, fuck. I still have yet to pass my boards. I'm really right there. Pass your boards, get your license. You did all the fucking shit. That's my best. Get it. You owe it. You owe it to yourself to get that goddamn license. Once you have it forever. You just have to pay like $300 every year or something to keep it. But get it. You already did all the schooling, like use your brain. It's in you forever anyways. Talking as someone who has now been streaming for 3 years full time, I can still recite vent numbers all day, every day. It's never leaves. It's stained into you. Tits up! Oh, I love that. Seriously, it's worth it. Also, if you're an American, I'm so sorry, same. It makes us so insanely viable to emigrate to different countries. Seriously. Like the moment you say you are a nurse or a respiratory therapist or anyone on our level, like licensed medical professionals that have, control over life and surgery, you are an immediate candidate for emigration because you're actually of value, whereas an entertainer on Twitch is not. And our country's going down a drain. I don't know what drain yet, but it's a drain. And if you're like me and you're terrified, get it. I still pay for mine every year. I still pay for it. I've actually done my respiratory, like my MREs, my MCUs, MC somethings, MCUs, I think is what people call them now. I did them on stream. It was hilarious. And literally, not being a working therapist for 2 years, I did it by memory. That shit is so stained into you, you'll never forget. Oh, I feel you hard. It's just hilarious. Katie eating an MRE. I've never CEUs. Thank you. I went from working on the West Coast to the East Coast, and they call them something different. Like my mom, I believe, calls them CEUs, but when I worked on the East Coast, they called them something different. Now I can't remember what it was. C something. It was the same thing. They just had a stupid new acronym for them, so I was always fucking confused. But yes, I did them live on stream. It was hilarious. But I was like the last day, and I was like, fuck, guys, we got to do this today, but I want to stream. Let's do it. I feel like culture workers seem to be in high demand too. Maybe not as much as doctors and nurses, but it's not worse, is it? Culture workers? What's an example of that, David? What would be a culture worker? Like a therapist? Or something like that? Also, get your license and like what I did is I worked for a couple years as a full-time therapist and I streamed at night. You'll have enough stories to tell your chat until you die without ever repeating a story. Being an RT is disgusting. But make sure you're in an ICU. Don't go to the floors. Don't die. It's RT death. Filmmakers, musicians, actors, entertainers. Do you think it, but so if I'm a filmmaker, so one of those, maybe those are viable, but do you think putting them once it's under American? Like, I really feel like as an American, I get negative 500 points on anything. Like, I gotta really prove I'm not what the news shows Americans are. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be insulting. A college degree is by far and none not the end all be all. It's just a piece of paper that means I study a lot. ICU life, seriously. Like, the floors will make your brain die. You will sling duonebs. You'll sling duoneb till you die. What do they use now? I don't even think they do. No, they still use Duo. Duo and there's one they got rid of. I think it was an inhaler. Ignore me. ICU is life, seriously. Best piece of advice for anyone getting into medicine, get into an ICU. Do not let them be like, you know what? You can warm up on the floors. You will die there. You will never see a ventilator again in your life. Yeah. I get like literally where I worked in Hopkins. The hospital's so big that they would designate units to each therapist. So after a year of working there, they'd be like, okay, every time you come to work, you're gonna work in the surgical unit or you're gonna work in cardiac or whatever. But if people call in sick and you're overstaffed, they'll float people all over the place. And I worked in the surgical unit, so if there was no surgeries because there was a holiday, I'd get floated. There was nothing to do. So I'd either go to cardiac or the floors. One night of slinging nebs and putting on fucking CPAPs all night, and I was done. Done. Oh my God, you want to hear a fun CPAP story? My chat's heard this one. It's disgusting. I had a patient come into the ER and his CPAP, whenever you get, if you are a CPAP, BiPAP user, anything like that, any sleeping mechanism that has to be plugged into the wall, we have to have our engineering team come make sure it's sound. It's okay. Because you could short out the whole hospital, God knows. We don't know. So I was taking it down to engineering and I took the hose off, and I'm not kidding. Dead beetles fell out of the hose, like little black dead beetles. And so obviously I just turned right the fuck around and said, this is not appropriate. We're not using this. I'm going to go get one of our like little CPAPs on a stick. So I roll one into his room and he called me no less than every 20 minutes on the dot to tell me it smelled funny. And I was like, no, sir, it smells clean. Stories for the rest of your life, honey. Oh, I know. The floors are terrible. Are you at a big hospital or like a tinier community hospital? I do not, Vissy. Thank you. I can talk while I do this. Are you at a bigger hospital or like, do you have vents? Do you have an ICU? Get in it. Like, start begging. Seriously. Be like, I talked to an old RT and she said I need to do this or everything I know will die in my head. And I trust her. Help me. Because as an RT, number one, you can work anywhere right now. That's the best thing about being an RT. I literally became an RT instead of a nurse because it's so easy to buy your licensure in another state and move. You can work anywhere in the world. Like, everybody needs RTs, especially during COVID. So they can't afford to put you where you don't want to be. You have a lot of leverage with your employment right now. And I'm not saying use that. Don't be a dick. Obviously, you don't seem like a dick. I'm just saying, like, generally, we don't want to be a dick to people. You never want to burn bridges, but you have a lot of leverage because you could work anywhere. And there are a lot of hospitals looking for new grads who are fresh off the books. Like, you know everything. You know more than me because you're going to forget a lot of it, depending on where you work. Like, I don't remember cardiac shit because I worked in a surgical unit, but I know body pressure stuff like nobody's business. I talk too much. Good vibes, motherfucker. I'm grinding weed. It's almost 4:20. I also smoke an amazing amount of marijuana for a respiratory therapist, but so did every other RT I worked with, so I didn't really feel bad about it after a while. Weirdest patient I ever dealt with. We'd have to pick like categories of weird because that's just everyone. Everybody's weird once you get to know them. Thank you, Alchemy. How much schooling was required? RT, if you want to be a basic not basic as in dumb, just get your very first, you know how there's levels of nurses like LPN, RN, blah, blah, blah. So the first one is called a CRT. You're a certified respiratory therapist. Means you have the general knowledge of respiratory therapy, but you haven't worked in a hospital yet. You can go a little further than that, and you can get your RRT, which takes another year of clinicals stacked on top. So basically, you're going to go work in a hospital for free for a year. Couple shifts a week with another RT and shadow someone. And RRT just means you've probably got ICU experience because you have to take the test. Like, just different. It guarantees, like, I have an RRT license. It tells that hospital they can just toss me in an ICU and I'm going to figure that ventilator out because they all pretty much work the same at the end of the day. But CRT is a 2-year program. RRT is a 4-year program. And I believe when you get your RRT, it's like one extra class to get your bachelor's in respiratory, which is what I have. But I went to school for 9 years because I did chemistry first, which was a bad idea. Jack, no, there's no proof of that. It's possible. So there's a thing, I'm sure you are aware of this. There's correlation. Oh my God, it's almost 4:20. I need to grind this. There's correlation versus causation, right? So causation would be like the THC makes it so you can't get hard. It does something to your penis engorging when you want to be erect. Correlation would be you smoke so much weed, you stopped exercising, all you eat is potato chips, you haven't left the couch in 3 weeks, you've become vastly obese, therefore the vasculature leading from your heart to your penis is kind of fucked up and not enough blood can get there to get you hard in time to get off. And sure, you could say weed made you impotent, but there's a whole lot of like in between. You know what I'm saying? That was like A to Z instead of like A, B, C, D. Does it make sense? There's only one test now? Shut the fuck up. I took 4 tests. Nuh-uh, there's one? Oh, I'm gonna rage. I had to take 4 different tests, and each one was like $300, whatever they cost. I'm getting it. It's packing. I'm doing it. It's in my hand. Pixelated, that's what really attracted me to respiratory therapy, literally. So weird in that it blew your mind the hardest. Ooh, okay. I'll think of that one. It blew my mind the hardest. All right, I have a bowl proof. We have 2 minutes. It's done. Okay, this one still blows my mind to this day. This was in Baltimore, so obviously it's going to be a little sketch, right? It's a sad, very poor town. Lots of people living on the streets. I had 2 patients come in at the exact same time, cousins, and they were 12-year-old female cousins, identified as female. And one had to be put in our SICU, which is the surgical ICU. It's like ICU or surgical overflow. We put like the low risk patients there. And then the WICU, the Weinberg ICU, is the main surgical ICU just because surgery literally pops out into that unit like 2 feet away. And that's where I worked. And another one went there. And I was like, why the fuck? Like, they're family. Why wouldn't we put them on the same floor? Family can be on the same floor. Story was, these 2 cousins, 12 years old, had the same crush on the same male cousin. So they each had a fucking blade and like impaled each other into their necks at the same, like fucking like a movie, like simultaneously Bowie knives in their necks, Bowie knives, whatever they're called. And they missed everything. Literally. That knife went between trachea and all the important spinal shit, did not hit a vessel. Nothing. But they had to put them in different units because these girls were still trying to kill each other. Baltimore. In a nutshell. Happy 420. They were huge. I mean, the wound to me looked at least 2 inches, if not 2.5, on both sides. It was huge. Oh, I know, David. I mean, I don't even know the details. Cheers. It was wild. That one was just like, oh, okay. 12, you said again? Okay. You guys are sick. How dare you? That's my aunt wife. Cousin. Uncle? Happy 420, Gypsy. How are you, love? I hate Baltimore with a passion. Really? Oh man, I really miss that city. Do you still live there, Nog? The traffic is horrible. I will agree to that. And not for any other reason other than very dumb slow drivers. Everywhere. It's insane. I don't get it. It's amazing. Blaze it. Thank you for the Beatty slam. But yeah, that was probably, I mean, there's many. If I think more, I can come up with a million stories that blew my mind. But that one was just so weird. It was like those stories you see on TV, you know, like amazing medical stories. Man stabbed in the head and still drives himself to the ER. That was these girls. Like, apparently their moms drove them into the ER with knives in their necks. And they were just like, that hooker gonna die. Like, just sass. Nothing. It was wild. People are hardcore. Like, more than I am. But I really miss Baltimore. But honestly, I I don't know if I miss Baltimore simply because when I lived in Baltimore, there was no COVID. I moved to Colorado the weekend of the shutdown and the pandemic, like quarantine. So, like that's my Colorado. I love Colorado. I just haven't done anything. I haven't been able to travel, like really live my life. Said someone asked them once if they were talking about a cousin or a kissin' cousin. Stop it. What? How's your bum? Oh, you're in Northern Maryland. I just like having to drive. Oh yeah, I get that. I totally get that. If I had my choice, I would not have lived in the city. I guess I would say I miss Maryland. I miss Maryland. I miss the East Coast. That's what I miss. I miss not needing to put on 10 lotions in the morning. Tatted Geek 999 with that fucking Prime sub. What a good reminder that you have a free subscription to any channel of your choice once a month if you have a Prime Amazon Prime account. Use it. Bezos is nauseatingly rich and still hasn't fixed Flint, Michigan. It's crazy. Dundalk. It was Dundalk. Not even kidding you. I think it was like on the edge of Dundalk. Yeah. What if some of the crazy stuff happens because uncognitive people, shall we say, went to America during the gold rush with no plan whatsoever? I mean. Mandel. I held a human heart one time. Did you do like manual massage? I had to. When I was brand new, it was so scary. David, I hope you sleep. I hope you sleep soundly. Very solid sleep, and you wake up feeling fresh and renewed tomorrow. I'm picking a weed out of Lilith's ear hair. Fuck him. Thank you so much for that Prime sub. I love you. I will take your free dollars any fucking day because I get paid regardless. But every time you forget your Prime sub, it goes into his greasy ass G string, and we know where that's been. Thank you, Tatted Geek. I hope you enjoy your fucking emotes.
And hail the dankest of lords.
Ooh. Anyone eat a load food map diet? Oh, I think yes, Artistic. You should talk to Gluttony. Seriously. He literally ripped his asshole open last year. Like, he's been very open about it in chat, but if you can DM him, like find him in the Discord, Gluttony for sure. A bug like from Men in Black. Oh my god, I could see it. I want to think he'd be something grosser though, because bugs are actually really clean. Like, everybody hates bugs, but maybe like a gerbil. Gerbils are pretty gross. They're like the dirtiest rodent. They don't clean themselves. They just like grease out and roll in dirt. Surgeon in cardiac asked me too. Stop it. Oh my god, Mandel. Oh my god, literally. Okay. Last story of the day, because it's so past my ending time and my dogs are obviously like, they're both on my lap right now. They want to go out. This is the time I normally walk them. Last story. So it was literally, I believe, maybe my second time working in the cardiac unit. I was brand new to Hopkins, not a brand new respiratory therapist, brand new to Johns Hopkins. And when you're new, they want you to work everywhere. See where you like, see where you fit in, what doctors you want to work with, what areas you're comfortable with. Because there are some therapists who are not ever going to want to work in cardiac, and that's respectable. That's a very high stress environment. And here's a high stress story. So I was working night shift in the cardiac unit, and I know. Give me a minute, okay? I love you. One story, okay? One. Thank you. I love you too. So, maybe my second time working in cardiac ever, we have an open chest patient go asystole, what we call no heartbeat. And imagine your sternum has been sawed in half and someone goes to do compressions on your chest, which, as I've informed you, if you're doing compressions on someone's chest, you have to push at least 3 inches deep to touch a heart. So they go and liquefy you, right? So we don't do that. We literally reopen your chest, crack your ribs and everything, and a doctor has to lift your heart from your chest and massage it to the beat of a heartbeat. It's literally called cardiac massage. It looks like they're doing this, like, massage. It's the most intense thing I've ever seen a doctor do, like, holding life. I've seen brain surgery, and it doesn't even get me, like, the way a heart does. And it was in the middle of the night, and it was in the summertime, and the doc was there. The doc got called in, and the doc was there in khaki cargo shorts. I remember it. The whole scene is stained in my mind forever. He was in khaki cargo shorts and, like, an unbuttoned, like, short sleeve plaid, kind of a Hawaiian shirt, but it was, like, green and white plaid or whatever. Chest open, nothing, in fucking Birkenstocks, bare feet open, in this patient's chest doing this. Because it was, I mean, and the patient was very young, I believe, like 30s or something, so very high likelihood of surviving if we can catch moments like this. So the doctor came in on this fucking emergency, like, scrubbed up, but from the back, that's what I saw under their gown and everything, which is wild. Wild. And they cracked the chest, and I'm a new RT, so of course all the RTs that work there, Deca Bear, you silly fuck, thank you for the resub. All of the RTs that work there are like, Katie, go in, medical, like, the first thing anyone in medical is going to do when you get a new job is they're going to test your solid. They're going to test how solid you are. What kind of chaos can you walk into and still function? They'll be there to back you up if you can't function, though. Don't ever worry. No one will ever leave you alone. Ever. We would never do that. But they'll push you in. And I'm great under pressure. Fuck those guys. So they push me in the room, and the doc sees surgical gear. Like, I'm totally scrubbed in the room, because it was, if there's an open heart, we treat it like a sterile room. Like, you don't want no skin cell floating off your body. So you're totally gowned, head and everything. And he literally another doctor pushes up a bench, and he gets me on the bench and hands me the heart. RT, get this. So he could go finish, like, putting some fucking shoes on. It was the scariest moment of my life. It was wild. Yeah. Mandel. See one, do one, teach one. Amen. I did it. I mean, it's not a difficult thing. It's like it's much easier than compressions, but it is so fucking scary because you're literally holding life in your hand. You can live without a brain for a very long time. You ain't gonna live without a heart. Ever, you know? It's not gonna happen. It was so just, mine survived, yes. I believe he was, like, in his 30s. He had it was like a congenital heart issue, and he got a heart transplant, I think. That's why people take heart transplants very seriously, because not only do we very much want you to survive, but hospitals get highly rated on if you're doing transplants, whether or not they succeed, whether or not you survive. So we take it extremely seriously. Here, take this. I mean, thank God I had a mask on. Otherwise, they would have seen tears. I bet time slowed down for you. Oh, time super slows down. It's very weird. Like, the doc will call compressions, on a body that we're like, okay, they're not coming back. And they'll lift up their watch and they'll say, okay, compressions were 1 hour and 47 minutes. And you're like, no fucking way was that almost 2 hours? But then the next day, when every part of your body hurts, you remember it was 2 hours. But, like, in that mode, it's kind of, I imagine it's the same as the adrenaline that helps moms pick up cars off their kids. Like, you just go into a different mode of brain. You shut off anything. Like, I don't see I don't even consider myself in it. Like, the things we do to save you is gross and wild. Absolutely, 1973. Yep. I'm gonna call you Tiberius. That's so much easier. Yes. Very much. There's so much of, like, I tell you guys mostly happy stuff because I don't want to bring you down. The shit I've seen as a respiratory therapist is roughly high 60s percentile death. Like, if you're in an ICU and you have an RT regularly, you're not doing well. I like hospitals with 6 weeks, but the success rates are not very realistic. I don't want to scare you guys before we leave. You can ask me about it tomorrow if you'd like. But I can tell you all about how they skew those. Ooh, what happens when someone goes into cardiac arrest? So, cardiac arrest is a layman's way of us saying the heart has stopped, which means we need to do compressions, period. And you do compressions until someone says stop. And it's usually going to be 2 minutes, at least, of very hardcore exercise. But yeah, an arrest means the heart is done. That's the same as asystole, no heartbeat. And you guys know I've taught you before, you cannot shock a heart that isn't beating. Period. So every single movie in the history of time is lying to you. The shock actually stops your heart. That's literally what it does. The shock stops your heart. That we're killing you with the shock. It's meant to reset a fucked up heartbeat. So if your heartbeat goes into what we call AFib, where it's fluttering and doing all this weird shit and it's not doing lub dub, it's not delivering oxygen as it should. So we can shock it and literally kill you. And the tiny little brain at the top of your heart, that's a special bundle of nerves I won't go into, restarts your heart for you. Which is why I say your heart can live without your brain. You can be brain dead and we can keep you alive forever. It's crazy, but you can't live without a heart. My brain is full of gross facts of nothingness. Literally, shocking is turning you off and on again. Yeah, that's exactly. So I'm going to use that. That's like a really good one. Wicked smart. I don't know, man. I feel like I like damaged my brain in a way that people see favorable, but actually it's a form of brain damage. It's very, I mean, that's the one people get irritated if I point it out in a commercial or a movie because they do it every time. There's no heartbeat. Get the paddles. First thing, we don't use paddles anymore at all. You get this little box. It's called an AED, and there are going to be 2 sticky pads that are like tucked into a side. You pull out, and there's cords coming off them. They're actually about this big. You're going to get 2 sticky pads. Literally, they look like window stickers. And one's going to say top, and one's going to say side. One's going to stick right here, and it's got that crazy gel stickum, so it bonds to your skin even if you're sweaty. And then one's going to stick to your side where your heart is. I'm doing it on the screen. I think correct for you guys. I'm trying to mirror it. I don't know. Tell me if I'm wrong. The mirroring is weird. So what happens is these pads monitor you the entire time we are working on you. So we can literally do compressions on top of the pads. Am I doing it right according to the mirror? I never know. Twitch, I hate OBS. I don't hate it. It's just my stupid brain. So instead of having shock, check for a pulse, and depending on human error, these things, the AED talks to you. It's amazing. Stick the pads on someone and immediately resume compressions. And if the AED, this tiny box that you see on top of every fucking like fire alarm in every store ever because it's required by law, and if you don't see it, ask your boss where the fuck the AED is because you're gonna need it someday if you don't know where it is. That's just facts. It talks to you now. It literally walks you through CPR. Like it will say, like, if you're doing, you always just get the fuck back on compressions. Period. End of story. Never stop until that machine tells you to stop. The machine will say, heartbeat detected. Please get off chest or something like that. I can't remember. In a very polite Siri voice. Get off the chest. Get the fuck off. Seriously. If there's a pulse, you do not need to touch that chest. If you get off the chest and it goes, no heartbeat detected, please resume, you'll resume. If there is a heartbeat detected, the machine will then say like AFib detected. I can't remember. Does it say like get off the patient? I can't remember exactly what it says. I haven't been around in 8. Oh my God, don't shock me. What the fuck does it say? What does it say before it shocks? Jesus Christ. All my patients are dead. Like, I never get patients with fucked up hearts. Like, they're usually dead when we're getting to them, so I don't ever hear it. Is it clear? I think it is. Clear the patient or clear, and that means get the fuck off the patient because it's going to shock the patient with those 2 pads. And if you don't get off the patient, it will shock you. You're going to get that shock of whatever voltage it's delivering, and it's bad. Like, it'll knock you on your ass. So you clear, you'll see the body go bump, and then it'll say, no pulse detected. Please resume compressions. And you resume compressions. CPR is all about compressions. Very unoften does a shock do anything. Wasn't that the one story? It was just really long, right? That was like I think that was related. Oh my God, Snoop Dogg. Yo, homie, get the fuck back on that chest. Oh, it'll even tell you. So if you're doing compressions on a patient, so I know you guys have seen movies, and they're like, I'm sorry, they're not coming back. compressions are wild. If we don't break your ribs, we're actually not going deep enough. So if you have to have compressions done to you, which means you are being coded, you're not an NDR, we're going to liquefy your chest. It's wild. But the pads can sense how deep you're going, and they'll say harder, faster, stronger. Not really, but they will. They'll say, please increase speed of compressions. Please increase depth of compressions. And she will keep saying it at you if you don't go deep enough. And if she keeps complaining, a doctor or whoever else is present is going to rip you off that patient, and they're never going to let you do compressions again because you're probably too small, too light. I depend on a lot of my upper body weight. You're not supposed to use any muscles, really, other than your back. You're not supposed to do this, use your arms. You're supposed to arms straight completely and use your waist. So you're using your upper body as half the strength to get into that chest because it's hard. Like, that's why technically, one person should only do compressions about 2 minutes at a time. No, that doesn't happen. We do 30 minutes at a time. But 2 minutes is how long it takes before you get a back injury. It's pretty crazy. Vex, the ones in the hospitals do. It's pretty wild. I've never used like one in a Lowe's or something. Your sternum, your ribs. Your sternum's pretty solid. So your ribs kind of are kind of like a floating bone. They're only connected by cartilage deposits, kind of. So they can dislocate really easily, pop in and out. And so your sternum kind of dislocates from the ribs coming in right here. The ribs pop out of it, but we crush them here because we're squeezing. We actually have a board. So if you're in a hospital bed and you code, meaning no heartbeat, we have a board we slide under your body before we start compressions that is solid as fuck. So there's no sinking down on your back. So I'm squishing you like a goddamn pancake. Like, we really seriously want to get to your heart, which is behind a stone wall, literally. It's pretty crazy. And if we can't, like, if you're a gunshot victim, like a gunshot around this area or something, what we'll do is clamshell you. We saw your side open and crack your ribs open and just get your heart out. We rip your heart and lungs out of your body and just work on them outside of you. I mean, I've done it many times. Usually you're not going to survive, but I've done it. It's cool. Mandel, I had to do, I think I've told you this before, but I had to bag a patient one time for like 4 hours one night because he was so obese. Like, I felt very bad for him. His body type was like an 8-ball with legs. So if he gained any weight, the only place it went was his torso. I feel very fortunate that my fat distributes. It's just genetics where your fat goes. But because of that, the amount of weight on his chest made it so my ventilator could not ventilate him. Like, every time it tried, it would give up an alarm because the weight, he probably had easily 300 pounds on top of his chest just in body weight. And he was really short. And so I had to bag him for like 4 hours. And I'm not even kidding you. I had blisters on my hands. I did enter another story. I'm so bad at this. It's almost like I missed you guys while I was crumpled in a ball suffering a uterine attack. When I was, fun fact. I was 12 years old and my cousin hit me with a 4-wheeler, breaking 5 ribs and snapping my sternum. I literally ran over my sister Joshua with a dirt bike and nothing happened. Are you squish? I'm sorry, that was mean. Seriously though, I did. Nothing happened, but I feel lucky now. Let's continue this talk tomorrow. You guys know I love this. Like, it makes me feel like I didn't go to school for nothing. And if you guys are interested in this shit, I'll talk about it all fucking day. It's like in me. It's burned. Any form of medical training is going to be burned into you until you die. I can still put y'all on a ventilator. Watch me go. Skin and bones like 4 feet tall. Oh my god. Baby, you really were squishy. Oh my god. How old were you? You were 12? That's exactly how old I was when dude, we had kind of similar experiences. No shit. That's exactly how old I was when the horse stepped on my face. And that shattered my jaw and my collarbone. I don't think it did anything here, though. The hooves just went here. But seriously, like, wired up, fucking in a hospital, in and out entirely. Like, that's kind of, we grew up a lot the same. Which is weird. Giving herself compression. Nah, dude. As soon as I can, I'm getting DNR, excuse me. I'm getting DNR tattooed between my boobs. If I am at the point where I'm so unhealthy that my heart has stopped, I do not want to come back. You don't come back from compressions. Like, you do, medically speaking. Will you live a full life? after receiving accurate compressions on your chest? No. If you've ever seen someone get open heart surgery and you've seen that fucking pain and the pillow they have to clutch to their chest and they are just like, literally, they feel like a brick house is on their chest all day. It After you get compressions done, it's that times a million. This deal. Can we get it in fun script that's legible, like typewriter? Oh, Vex. You know, I really want to take you guys on a tour of my bookshelf. I think that'd be fun. I need to get I have an extension cord for this webcam, actually. I need an extension cord for the mic. Because I could just take my mic and webcam back there and we can sit on the ground and look through my bookshelf. I love doing that. Do they take off clothes when doing it? Absolutely, because we need to put the pad on your skin. And we put the pad dead center right here on your sternum plate. So a nice little DNR right there on my sternum plate is literally where they're going to put the sticker. So if they claim they didn't see it, they weren't looking at the patient. Because we have to put the sticker on the pad for the shock. We always like, if you're in an ICU, you're naked. You have no shame. Like, there's no privacy. It's pretty crazy. My mom was a scrub nurse in the OR for many years. Oh, that's so cool. She also worked for the ER for a long time. I have great respect for all healthcare workers. Tell your mom she's a fucking angel and hero. She has all her feathers. Your brother and dad have both had bypass. Holy shit. C-Town, I'm glad you take care of yourself, man. If you're in ICU, you're naked. It's just facts. Like, we need to have access to every fucking bit of your body at any point. If you crash, and if you're ICU, you're not doing good, you know, obviously. I should go. Let me find someone cool to raid, and then we'll take a final cheers together. Don't worry, I will. Dude, you're lucky. Cholesterol is one of those things, man. Some people literally get fucked. Like, it's actually true that people, I think it's people of African descent or African heritage, people of Native American heritage, and Spanish or like Aztec heritage from South America genetically are predisposed to having high cholesterol, and it fucking sucks. And it's the Western diet that's destroying all of us. It's facts. White people ruin everything. We can't deny it anymore. It's real. Look at him go. I'm glad you get checked. I was nice to you for a bit. It was a beautiful room. I'm glad you got a nice room. Oh, does your mom have high cholesterol? Does she take care of herself? Why are you DNR? Because if I need to be resuscitated, I don't want to live in the state that I would come back in. Does that make sense? You don't, like, if you're so unhealthy, so sick, that your heart stops. Like, your heart doesn't need your brain to function. Your heart has its own brain. It's pretty crazy. As long as your heart's being delivered blood, it can go through a lot of hell. If I'm at the point in my life where I am so fucking unhealthy that my heart is just gonna stop, which is the only time you would ever do compressions on someone, is if there is no pulse, no heartbeat. I don't want to live that way. I don't want to live as a vegetable in a bed with liquefied ribs. Like, the way I live is I hike mountains in Germany and I want to do so many things. That would be finito. I'd rather just not. You know? I'm about quality of life than quantity, though. I always have been. Oh, Mayo, it's amazing. Of course, I always talk way too much, but it's a good game. We got some cutscenes. Thank you, Young. I love you. Yeah, it's not that I want to die. Like, if I'm a healthy person and I get, like, fucking, I don't know. I don't even know. I can't think of anything else. I do want to. It's just the only time someone's going to do compressions on you is if your heart stops. And I can't think of a time that your heart's going to randomly stop if you're a healthy, like, person who's going to come out great on the other side. I've just never seen it. Hit by a car? I mean, I'm probably fucked. Even more fucked. I am looking for someone to raid, don't worry. I'm doing it, guys. I'm responsible. If self-euthanasia was a norm, would you still be DNR? Not at all. I think we should absolutely support what do they call it? Voluntary euthanasia, I think. What do they call it? There's like a very, highfalutin term for it. I think if there is no possibility of you having a quality of life on the other side, like you've got a deadly tumor that won't stop growing and you're just suffocating, you should have the right because you own your life. I do think this. It's such a hard question, but at the end of the day, you own your life. And I think it's really unfair for people, even your family, to say, we get to keep you alive with a trach ventilator forever in a trach farm. You won't be here anymore. Scared! God forbid you are, because holy fuck, I'm going to hell. Hi, Lemon. Thanks for the biddies. Voluntary euthanasia, is that it? Okay, cool, thank you. It's legit in some countries, and I think it should totally be legal. Like, you own your life. Now, if you're severely depressed and suffering from a mental disease that makes you want to end your own life, please seek counseling. I am not in support of ending your life. If you have a viable life on the other side. But some people, I've unplugged people that this is happening. They literally have this cancerous tumor that is slowly suffocating them, and they've got a couple months left to live, maybe a year, but it's in a bed suffocating slowly. And I had to watch them and take care of them that entire year and then say goodbye. I can speak from firsthand experience. That's not a life. That's not a quality of anything. Just want to say hi, bye. Be safe. Nog, isn't it weird? I mean, it's such a touchy situation because I am not in support of a healthy young person who has I've been there. I've been in the mental fucking dives where it's not that it's death I'm seeking, it's that I don't want to exist because existing is driving me insane. You just want to check out for a few months. Like, give me some fent and put me in a bed and I'm good, but they don't do that. So a lot of people get driven to the point of like, I know how to not exist anymore, and they do it, and it's so fucking sad. I don't support that. I've been there, and I can say there's another side. But when you're in it, it's really, really, really hard to convince yourself that there's another side, that you will come out of it. It's almost impossible. Been there, done that. But that, like, having the disease of depression or bipolar as I have, is so much different from having a cancerous tumor that's going to slowly suffocate you. You're absolutely going to die in a year. You just get to lay here in the hospital and suffocate to death. Like, that's just, what is that? That's for your family. That's so people can come stare at you once a day and feel good about themselves. Who was it? Anne Frank said it. Anne Frank said, oh my God, what was it? It's, more people come to funerals than celebrations because regret is more powerful than something. But it's so poignant. Fuck, I can't think of it now. Boo! My brain. I'll have to look it up. I'm full of dumb information. I've told you guys this. That's one of them. I'm looking for a live channel. It's a really brutal concept, but it's true. And gross. And true. And gross. And true. And gross. And true. I hate it. I'm looking for someone live I want to raid that I haven't raided. Ooh, I found someone. Oh my God. Dude, she'd crawl back in the wall. She'd be like, nah, keep the diary. I'm out. Primates, stop it. Will, that's beautiful. Grief is just love remembered. Ooh. You should eat a thing. I should. Have not chewed today. I love the roller coaster of mental pain. Pills just take you off the big coaster. You still got to ride. I kind of wanted to ride, though. I told that to my doctor. When he medicated me, I said, please, for the love of God, don't make me numb. I don't think there's anything wrong with feeling anxiety or pain or grief. But when you have an issue like me, an actual, like, neurochemical imbalance, I don't come out of that. Whereas normal people, you get a little anxious, you get out of it. My anxiety starts to exponentiate until I'm sweating every ounce of water I drink all day. Just out of my hands. It's crazy. Like, really weird things happen to your body that you don't really realize from cortisol and other hormones. It's wild. see an angel for the number one drug at the time when I was diagnosed for bipolar was lithium, and I super, super, super didn't want to be on lithium because I have cousins on lithium, and they are zombies, for lack of a better word. They've lost their entire personality, and like, not only do I fucking kind of talk for a living and need who I am to do that, I want to feel life. How do you appreciate anything good if you never feel anything bad? I just don't want to be stuck in the bad for 6 months and go to bed every night thinking the world's going to end. You know? It's just balancing it. It's not taking it away. It's just a balance, I think. Dead people receive more flowers than living ones because regret is stronger than gratitude. Fucking Ozdirg to my rescue. Read that for one more time for those in the back. This is the Anne Frank quote. Thank you so much for looking it up. Dead people receive more flowers than living ones because regret is stronger than gratitude. And with that, I'm out. Take your joy. Get vaxxed if you can. Wash your hands. Be safe. And wash your
Take your
genitals.
joy today.
Bitch, take that
Never
fucking
forget to take your
joy.
joy, and I guarantee your day will go as smooth as velvet.
And hail the Dank Lord. Yeah, motherfuckers. Go be good to the artist behind our sub alert. See you tomorrow for Faded Friday.